crucial match. If you're pulling for OUG to get their first win here on a LAN event, although this team has been so dominant in China, this is their moment.
Here we go, guys. Setting up the stage is now match number 11 underway for this group. And looking at it, J-Mac did play a little bit of Angela, so we are going to have that flex over. And, not the best Angela map in terms of what you can get out of value, but a lot of high-low ground you can kind of poke and get things out of position, so I do love that. Right now, going to give the small favor to OUG and what they're trying to roll out with here early. Obviously, NX going to be going from that penny, showing a little bit of love there to the lineup that we know. J-Mac, though, did play a nasty Wolverine. I actually gave a huge highlight to him day one, so I do like this pick as well.
Yeah, look at this. I don't think we've yet to see a triple duelist coming out here off the rip. Yeah, that's definitely a change in pace. And this is what I was saying. Crazy Raccoon needs to do something different here if they want to show up in this moment. And again, they could be pulling OUG down with them in terms of the bracket. So eyes on here as we start off with Vital on this off angle onto DRP. Just dealing some damage, locking in a bit. Going to look towards Taro and hit the high side again. Again, folks, that bird cooldown reduction allows her to use that as essentially an instant iframe and come out with 25 additional overhealth. The positioning of this team right now is wild on the high side. J-Mac now trying to press forward. Already loses passive, though. Is going to be driven backwards. Oh, wow. And wait, but no! Gets picked there by Duke.
Yeah, that is a massive opening and just saying, hey, we are here to play. And you know what I love about this is the Hella sight lines are favorable here, but not if you're in the spawn room, buddy. I mean, we're going to take a look at what we're adjusting to. J-Mac kind of switching around with Strange now going to Max. We are getting some fast adjustments early. They saw the comp ship, and we see this sometimes. They see the comp, they're like, okay, let's go ahead and redo the battle plan here as we take a look at what they're going to try to roll with next. And really, you said it, that one Vanguard thing was not going to work out, man. They just did not have enough sustain. Yeah,
exactly, especially against a more front-to-back like this. They're going to have that Magneto really hold in front, and then obviously Taro is going to be just protecting that backline with Bucky. Molan is just going to be doing his own thing the entire time, and you essentially, with Psylocke right now in the current meta, farm that front line, and then go to the back line, press that Q button, and just watch the back line disappear. Molan is going to be doing just that already at 90%. Svald holding on to ultimate right now. Crazy Raccoon should be gaining in about 3 of them shortly, though everybody in this next fight will be pressing Q, but 35% on here for OUG.
Yeah, let's watch Molan Ron here. He's going to try to go back line. We'll see if he can.
Sorry, chat. You like the face cam? Sorry, I had to.
Going down a little early, but able to pop back up.
I had to tell Emily that it's Emily's in my 1.5 years.
Giganto in the finish and the flush. Okay, you forgot the floaties there.
Let me see something. Give me a second.
Yeah, trade back and forth there. Alt's still going to be heavily in the favor of OUG for the current moment, but it doesn't matter to them. Right now, they're just holding on for the stall as NX is going to keep the pressure on into the back line, but it doesn't matter as they're doing a great job just playing around that natural cover of that wall that is indestructible. So they're just going to keep each other healed up in the patty cake format, if you will, as out goes that invisible boundary. J-Mac going to throw, trying to hope that Invis was going to jump to the right side, but no, that read did not pan out. J-Mac now just holding the front line and still holding on to that team up there with them.
I forgot something.
Yeah, finally able to get something going with Vital here, getting the eye lines. Jay3 is typically the mag player for them, so it is interesting. I'm wondering if J-Mac's not too comfortable on Mother. If you look at the seduction happening now, they do have eyes on the prize, and from the top ground, look at Vital just floating.
They have eyes on the prize.
Oh, big interruption there to stop and
you mean 2 seconds?
And folks, notice how Emma put the shield behind. Jay3 threw the shield behind the front line so that he could not be healed. Very smart play there. That's exactly what you're looking to do with Emma. That shield is so versatile. It can shut down ultimates, but it also can shut down line of sight into the back line. But right now, 90% on here for OUG. Crazy Raccoon needs to step up, but they do have ult advantage. They just cannot overcommit.
Yeah, with Dewey trying to have at least maybe a bit of a setup potentially for Taro. Taro can really pop off in the right moments if needed, so we'll see if they can adjust, get ready. 89%, a good little cushion for them, though, so they have plenty of time to get back into this thing. Get a little bit of the cross distraction going on with Vital up in the sky. Lastro, though, what an absolute monster way to slow down what OUG needs to do. And that's going to buy their ticket right up to that 89% to match, right? I mean, it's going to be tough from this point on to be able, and you know what, OUG kind of like that, because they're going to be able to build their ultimates up for the main battle. One more left.
Sure, absolutely. Molan is going to find a pick there, too, to try to even it out. I don't love what I saw there from Dudu in terms of walking forward a little bit too early. The team was not prepped for that and clearly, paid the price. Out goes the whale from downtown. The horn is going to land on one, and they follow up here. Actually, they don't, as J-Mac now gets the pick onto Molan. It does find one, but it's just not who's going down at the moment. DRP looking towards the back line, holding onto that Meteor M. DRP is on the sticks, as you see in the bottom right there with the controller just battling away, playing nice and slow, but Vital with a great, again, off-angle, high-side positioning. Invis using that shield on Hella is essentially a way to buff Hella. It makes her play far more aggressive and much stronger.
This is the map to take right now if you're Crazy Raccoon, because Molan's not playing their best, and usually that is the anchor of the team that gets it rolling as we have the Armitages landing down, but DRP with a beautiful slam dunk, and opening here for the buzzer now as Taro Cookie looking for more, trying to get things rolling for this team now. With the show on of MASH, we have show on show, dance feed dance to Luna, going up with last trying for more sustain, the kneels happen, and with this, OUG just trying to get themselves some space, but it's 94% in climbing for Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, Molan's got a huge opportunity here to shift this right now, but 98%, they've got a touch, obviously 3% on. Out goes that dance of the butterfly. Dewey is going to find two. Small going to find an X now, and that's 3 bodies down. Make it 4-1 out to it. J-Mac goes down. At this point, Portal's got to come in time. Not sure that it can, unless this touch comes through here from Vital. We'll see if Vital can get there. Looks like we'll be able to, unless the KO comes through prior. It does come through. That should buy them enough time now, as Taro Cookie finds that pick.
It's right there, man. It is, like completely too close. Molan Ron, great little pick there on waiting for the strategist holds to go out, getting a slice in the dice and the finish there as Lastro now forced off the roll. Love whenever you have to see the Vanguard swap for the strategist, so kind of throws off some of the team's equality. But you look at what
someone was just screaming in the background. You heard that?
Ready to get this sustain continued, and on the other side, not much outside of there, the Imma.
Yeah, and you see there the bond cooldown out from Vital's Adam, and that is a huge cooldown to have down in OT. Now you call that out and you find a pick on Lastro there from Svald as the team is just going to press W and walk forward onto the enemy's backline. Out goes a Psionic. Does this get value? Taro Cookie hits the sky, lands onto Jay3, who gets healed up heavy. That reset will not come through. Great work there. Jay3 finds Stu. Down, Vital going to bring back. Down goes NX from DRP. The trades are still very apparent, but a Vanguard down for OUG leaves the front line more vulnerable, but Magneto does a great job of keeping that space. He's going to drop back here. Meter round goes up. Does this one land in that boundary? We will see. Does not. Still holding. Again, the trades are happening. Alt up here. The dance floor for MASH.
And I love the switch to the Adam quickly, because what was he able to do? Get that Karmic Revival. That gives him so much extra juice. Kind of snuck that into the rotation, man. What a huge play as Molan's trying to get something rolling for the team. Finding, backing off of it. Finds the Adam. This would be a huge pick for them. Gonna have that passive.
Wait, did he ult and get nothing?
Ago, right? So at this point, gonna slice dice up and gonna have to exit that battle early. Got the Agamotto ready, and once again, it's gonna be Lastro on the other side, who's now played a bit
Crazy Raccoon. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Jack. Crazy Raccoons, but like OUG has Molan Ron, and he's been running the Iron Fist. He's been a lot of
goes down and looks like holding on to that ultimate, not necessarily needing that.
He's been a lot of fun to watch.
Down again, Dew is going to be making that shift. Dudu is going to be holding on here to
this is a crazy fucking overtime
on the touch quickly, and wow, Crazy Raccoon are owning this. OT is at a sliver. It's all about maintaining, but great positioning there by the strategist. They have to collapse on them. They're trying to put too much force here onto the front line. Got to change up that location. Lastro is going to find one onto Dudu. Are you kidding? Still getting these picks through. Out goes the invisible boundary.
I still think that guy's name is Dudu.
The bond out from the side of Crazy Raccoon. Everybody is just playing safe and on their heels as NX gets another pick.
Does that mean anything?
And wow, Crazy Raccoon are looking very strong right now on this OT push.
Yeah, man, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, now as Dewey's going over to the Captain America. We've seen a whole hero pool come out of these guys, and yeah, just a great hold. I mean, look at this is just an absolute doom match out here between them with a close-up slam. That man was right near the basket and finishes the flush. Now as Vital's going to throw up the resurrection, keep these Marvel zombies at play now.
It looks like Crazy Raccoons is winning this. It looks like Crazy Raccoons is winning this, chat.
Dude, a Crazy Raccoon has played this to perfection right now. Has OUG on the heels. They both committed everything they have.
That is. How long was that fucking overtime? Jesus.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy Raccoon just looked very, very good right there. You talked about their OT and the success in OT, and again, I think OUG was just constantly.
Where's the audience shots and player shots? The stage is still being built. No, this is like this is the bracket stage that for
Crazy Raccoon made the switch to Adam.
But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is where you're gonna see the crowd and the stage and everything.
But even bigger in overtime, and managed to take that through. OUG though is gonna be holding on to ultimates, but there is an answer here from Shung-Hoon.
Of course, I'm gonna eat in the beginning of my stream, and I usually eat towards the end of my stream. I stream for 12 hours a day. Do you expect me not to eat for 12 hours?
OUG to start things off.
Come on, chat.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? They did a good example of that. Take a look at the big role players MASH, just absolutely throwing down the healing this time around. For me, the big standout, Molan Ron, definitely wants to look to do better than 9 and 5. We've seen much more clutch plays from that man. Hopefully, can see the star rise up in the biggest moment of his young career now.
Can we get an overview of the tourney, if you don't mind? Yes, exclamation mark tournament gives you all the details.
Shung-Hoon's going to go in and burn that, but you know, we'll see how they play this out. Do they bait it with Molan first? We'll have to see.
Yeah, so here's the deal. When you are using Psylocke, actually, you know, there's some things that you have answers to. Loki does great with crystals to save folks from Psylocke, but actually if you're getting solo ulted with Loki, if you use that invisibility, folks may not know this, you actually can dodge the ultimate. It will not target you if you are invisible. So, and there's also a solution. You may want to use that dance floor from Seung-hoon, but if there's not a lot of bodies around, you can still get bursted through right now with the current Psylocke ult. So it's tough to find the right answer in the moment. We'll see what they choose to do. Taro Cookie on the high side going to use that Galactic Legend towards Jay3 in the front line, and there's the dance floor. It was pulled out from that Legend as you discussed.
Breakfast at noon.
I mean, they got the lanterns out.
Wait until you guys
continued to finish there as Taro Cookie trying to find
learn about what brunch is. It's gonna be crazy. You guys are gonna have your world like fucking rock.
To slice the dice, Molon Ron gonna get NX out of this thing with the shields up. They gotta make the most of this. Gonna go on the hunt now for Seung-hoon, who does not have the ult anymore. And wow, what a good little duel that we had there between the two ladies. That's what you want to see here in the grand finals.
Yeah, coming out on top, Molon Ron, and that is exactly what he was trying to do. But it looked dicey, like you said. The clap came out there from Seung-hoon, and then it gets very scary. Taro Cookie's gonna find Vital now, and again, OUG is gonna get point early on. They crumbled a little bit with 84%, and that is a, not very common here in Domination. They just seemed to panic and a little bit, overcommit some of their abilities in ults, and I would argue Crazy Raccoon coming back.
No, that's not the first match.
Was what won them that fight. Look at this positioning here from Molon Ron in the back line, immediately going out with Lastro, trying to burn those crystals. Does not get the crystal cooldown, and it forces out Bubble. That's a trade there for Crazy Raccoon that they will take. Still owning that height, folks. Remember, they're always on height because it does give them fight advantage.
The third game of the day today, so we're gonna watch that.
Those cooldowns burned. Is their time to commit? Onto Vital now and dropping back towards the back line. Still gonna keep eyes there, but is dicey once more. 75% HP in a Dream is still there. 100 now does go down from Vital with a nice headshot.
The little mosquito on the shoulder, and sometimes you find it and finish it, and they did get the health back, but yeah, a nice stun there.
Wait, where did you hear that? Envy is subbing in Cal.
The aim department mechanics are on fire. Played Black Widow the whole time. We saw what he did earlier, though, as the show goes on, as Lastro continues to keep this team in it, and DRP tries to find their connection. Woo! Sneaks it in there and threads the needle from the shield, and just like that, the follow-up from OUG cleans this thing up, and the point's still theirs, man. Just to stay. What a beauty.
Yeah, Bruce Banner has turned into the Hulk, folks. OUG is mad, and you can see it. Vital does have ult here. Svald will have an answer, but you see Taro Cookie and Molon ready as well to commit in these fights. There's not a lot of answers. Seung-hoon will have that ult for at least one, but again, we saw what happened last time.
Implying he's getting
they
subbed
still
in?
find
I hope
value
so.
through it?
I mean,
yes, they
he
can.
deserves
Taro
to be put
Cookie
in.
will see that Kraken
That's
impact
crazy.
potentially here shortly with some decent influence. The pressure now moving forward. J-Mac, one of your personal stars on that cap, which was banned out here on that Magneto with great positioning. Again, looking on these off angles towards the back line, trying to pull eyes away so the team can move forward, and that is what you try to do to take spaces. Molon finds Lastro, and that cooldown of those crystals is gone.
Yeah, finding that within the neutral was massive because now there's going to be no response. Seung-hoon's going to be able to get the show out, but shortly after, we'll see if Taro just puts on the full gas. That's what I would do, play aggro here because there's not much. You count the cooldowns, they have nothing. Loki just happened not too long ago. So Taro, want to see that out? No, don't get hit by the whale, my friend. You took the entire 10,000 pounds right on you, my man. That was an absolute disgusting. Ooh, Giganto.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough right there. When the horn comes through, you got to get out. Unfortunately, great stun there from Vital. That hella stun right to the center was some crazy coordination.
Bro, OUG looks like they're fucking kicking ass, and then they just like fall apart.
The issue they had last time is they need to have one successful
Yo, what's up, DTK's dad? How you doing? How you doing?
They kept staggering. They were trying to make hero plays as individuals.
Where are the Sentinels?
They need to stay as a unit, and this is the only problem that
they're at home right now.
Playing as individuals, they need to learn to work as a team as they are a newer composition of different players.
Yeah, you play in a duo, and you're going to hella Namor to write that down because that is the team up in every sense of the word to set up the whale like that. Not only getting the dirge, but as well as the stun with it. DRP wants every bit of it, gets the echoes out, tries to get the pressure on. Love the rotation. We'll see what happens on the backside of this thing as Dewey's going to try to get some one-on-one of the Emma Vanguard v Vanguard. Again, point is over to Crazy Raccoon. This is exactly what they wanted last time. Keep this thing ticking. I love the fight on the high ground with the big ones on the low ground as it's just a duel of absolute fates, and it's Mulan though. Molon Ron able to clean up the rest of Jay3 and OUG follows.
Oh, 2 picks and an ult pulled out from Lastro is a ton of value. Make it 3, why don't you, as they are holding this point and trying to retake 60% here for Crazy Raccoon, but OUG is built a little bit differently as Molon finds another OT starting now, 99%. The retake has to start. Loki playing low, just waiting to come through, but what a shot there by Taro. Molon as well, just holding on to the point, not allowing them to get through, and they cannot. It's a 1-1.
That's exactly the point they wanted to have for the bounce back, right? You know, and what was the big difference again? Once again, I think Molon kind of got back into things, got back into the swing, and if you're Crazy Raccoon, that was a game to take right there. Don't let them get any time to adjust, readjust, and get things ready. But really, ult economy-wise, was just always in favor for OUG. Had a lot of responses outside of that beautiful whale. You know, I gotta tip the cap.
What's up, baby dragon?
Raccoon, that what they've been able to pull off has been pretty spicy. For me, the Vanguard difference, though, has been the big apparent what diff, if you will.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, DRP looks very good out there, so some huge meteor M's. If you throw that rock and it lands on the dome of a strategist, goodbye and insane value.
You know,
typically, when you're throwing that Magneto
does anyone else
it's going to be at a strategist
weird calling them strategists? Bro, it's Vanguard and Duelist. No, it's a tank, DPS, and support, bro. That's their name. Tank, DPS, support. I will never call them Duelist, Vanguard, no, strategist. I will never call them that.
Absolutely crazy. If they don't make
Soon hat. Pretty sure I was 38 months.
Stages we've talked about. This team can put something.
Who are you rooting for? I am rooting for a good game.
Into this early esports
also, one of these teams do need to win because they're both last in their bracket.
You know, we talked about this in the past over in the other stream. Again, there is 2 streams here for 2 different sets of games. About that, you know, these teams are still learning not only how to play effectively, but how to adapt consistently to meta changes that are happening here with rivals and these devs that are putting some serious
deleted or banned
fresh on some fresh changes. The space is owned here, and this is that structure that J-Mac will play around here on Angela for days. It's very difficult to fight an Angela who is consistently flying around and juking the frontline pressure.
Are you planning on trying the Battlefield VR?
The back line as Molon going to start up here with the dance.
I might try it. I don't know.
He's going to pull out some cooldowns. Almost gets caught there. Does get caught there from NX on an off angle. Good play there. 1 down, and numbers are up here for Crazy Raccoon. Also committed. Of course, the Goddess of Death, who does come down quickly. NX has that Horn of Proteus available. The Whale coming in as Vital. Takes out DRP. And Jay3 with another pick, and that is space, and that is percentage.
Yeah, nice little peekaboo there. Moment, way to stay with your target. And just a rotation from J-Mac. I mean, we can't highlight that enough. The skill ceiling for Angela is so high. You have to keep your eyes on so many things at once. The call-outs, obviously grouping together for the sidelock ult is going to help out, but also just trying to get some separation for the team. Again, J-Mac can do it all here in the Vanguard position, but wow, what a great opening. And this time, shoes on the other foot, right? They're able to get a little bit more of a comfortable space.
True. You never say GG, no strategist. You always say GG, no heals. There are healers.
Plenty of setup, wombo combo potential.
True.
Let's see if we get this Whale again, though, with the old Vital setup.
Yeah, Taro Cookie looking for a big crack and impact. Again, DRP with 1 as Fall finds NX. And you see Mash there on JT3. That is 3 numbers instantly on the retake. And that is exactly what you're looking to do if you lose that first fight. If your percentage needs to go up. But there's that dance.
Oh, wait. DRP's on controller?
Right out of the sky there. Very well
I didn't even know that he was on controller.
Who's been a little more patient with that ultimate. Really holding on to that crack and impact, but clearly didn't need it on that fight. 45% is not a bad retake at all from OUG.
That was quick, man. That was, I mean, that was absolutely lightning pace. And really, Svalda has been hitting some insane final limbs. I've been watching that name on the old limb feed 20 here as throwing out the old voltage ball early trying. I love whenever you get Angela grounded there, you can just finish off. You know, I've seen a couple times Taro set that up, gets the Angela grounded, slams down with the crack and impact. What a 1-2 play now, just continuing to really not build up the old times 100
DRP's
out, and that's just going to slow
he's
down.
European, but he's playing on a
here to continue
OUG, isn't that?
Yeah, that is an ideal pick there, dropping a strategist when your team has full ults like this. Now you've got to think, do we overcommit here, down a number, or do we reset together and give them more time? The answer is to reset, but when you have this many ults available, you don't want
I forgot
the
a lot of
sorry,
no. A lot of the players didn't get their
battle of rivals in a nutshell. Off angle here from J-Mac trying to find a pick does not land.
I feel like they need a bigger
through in a moment. I believe it will. Bang, coming in heavy.
Time window so people can get their shit situated.
Gonna find one. There is that Whale from NX on a Sval. Taro Cookie on a J-Mac. Out goes the crack and impact. Will this one land? It does, but no reset as it's matched with the dance floor.
Yeah, show on show here, and I cannot highlight the movement enough from the Angela. I mean, just absolutely perfection. DRP has landed these time and time again. That's his third. Let's go and get a 3-piece on
nice.
Man,
also, I feel bad. I feel bad if your team doesn't get ringers. Sorry, no, they're players, and you have to ring for a team, and then you proceed to play for that team, and then go 0-3
right now. Does not want to lose this match. Looking to progress.
I would feel like, holy shit. At least they get paid, but like, is it me? Is it my fault?
Oh, wow. I mean, Molan doing exactly what he needs to do. Always finding picks in the neutral without an ultimate on Psylocke into the backline, especially after a respawn like that. That is crazy. Gives your team more percentage, 97, 98% here. And the team's thinking about maybe having to go back because Molan is taking them out of the spawn door. DRP now going to find Chung Hoon. Numbers heavily up for OUG. Molan, can you make it 3? And yes, he does. Taro Cookie going to help clean that up on JT3. J-Mac goes down. OT ticking down, and that will be a W for OUG.
Man, listen, I know they have
remember, if you win the first game of KOF, you always lose the KOF game, see?
Games, and you have to play those hella aggressions early because you've got such, hella, find yourself in the right mid-range, you're done. And so just finishing up with a quick dash and flash. OUG doing exactly what I thought they would. Crazy Raccoon, though, put up a heck of a fight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of folks that I want to shout out. DRP definitely being one of them with a lot of value, a lot of finals there. Molan just devastating the backline. Imagine
31 and 5. Holy shit.
Can you help me get out of the spawn door? I literally can't get out of the spawn door 3 times there. 15 finals from DRP there. Wow.
Yo, bro. Hey,
damn. Poor J-Mac, bro. 15 and 9 with one final hit.
I saw this man continually get those picks ready and 11k damage to boot. Okay, King, we see you down there on the Sioux Storm. Reed Richards, he's applauding somewhere out there, as we're not going to see him. We're not going to see him here on the big stage, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that is an absolute battle. As we check out the highlights here again, and we're going to see some of these names that we just witnessed. Folks, the map now is going to be chosen here by Crazy Raccoon. They choose mode and map, and that is how it will go throughout this tournament here in the group stages. Some good plays again from Crazy Raccoon, but OUG showing up after that initial map loss.
Yeah, no, it's tough when you look at, the comparison of
the VODs online today. Nice.
Well, I guess now, I was talking about the Vanguards. I'm going to get the edge on the strategist front.
Oh, sorry, chat.
Though, really kind of shining and doing more than just that healing role, right? If you could get that extra value, typically be tough if there's a dive comp, but that time just kind of pure neutral ground fighting the old-fashioned way. And
we have
the extra
we have a VODer that's streaming in Marvel Rivals chat.
And just locking in more as that unit.
I'll let you guys figure out who that is.
They really did look like they just stepped it up a notch on map 2 and 3 there. They were far more locked and doing exactly what they needed to do. This combo was cool, though. The Angie combo with the whale from downtown is going to find some value, but still, you look at the feed there, and you can just see in the opposition just KOs for days. Again, DRP, that's 1. Make it 2 and 3 at that final fight. Just a very, very strong Magneto.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and if we look at what Crazy Raccoon might pick, there's a few different paths they can take. I've seen some crazy stuff on Yggdrasil, but there's been one map that kind of on shit whenever things are going a little bit rough, man. Listen, I know this is your first time seeing Crazy Raccoon and OUG.
Sure.
It's pretty easy to find, chat. It's pretty.
I'll tell you what, OUG
easy to find.
Looks really good. Crazy
just
Raccoon
go look at like the top.
Was genius. I think that shows a composed team, which is awesome to see. But OUG, I see a ton of talent. Again, looking at the win-loss ratio, I'm a little confused. I have had eyes on these games after the fact. I haven't been on this stream yet to see them in action, but I've heard they're stepping up to the talent of who they're going against.
It says it in your title.
That's able to do that as a team that can push very far in this tournament. Seems like this bracket is just
also, I just want to say, Cozy is looking really fucking I like that blue, bro.
They played up to their talent, right?
Not Lefty, exactly, bro. If you go look at the stats too, yeah, bro. Go look at everything. Twitter, YouTube. It's obvious, bro. It's obvious.
Yo, that was a great match 1. We got match number 2 coming up in just a second.
Like, how are you gonna have how are you gonna have a lot of viewers on Twitch, but your Twitter has like 30,000, 50,000 followers, have two likes per tweet, and then your YouTube has like hundreds of thousands of subs, and you have like less than 1,000 views on a video? Now, chat, it's obvious, bro. Come on. Also, I like Shib's bow tie. J3 needs this suit. No. You know what? Maybe. No, wait. No. Wait, no. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe I should do something, but no. Isn't it Halloween? I hope the casters dress up for Halloween to cast. That would be amazing. Not like suit and tie and all this stuff. I'm talking about like, come on. Yeah, what do you mean J3 would look good in blue? Do you guys not remember this? Media. This is why you guys should follow my my Instagram. I mean my YouTube. I mean my Twitter. Fuck it, follow everything, chat. Look at your boy J3. looking good. Look at that. I can dress up. I can dress up, chat. What do you mean you have hair? What? Chat? What? Yeah, you guys don't remember the where's the big photo? I think Flats has it. Where's Flats? Flats. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I still don't understand. I still don't understand why Seagull, you know, he looking really good. What are those? What are those?
Which ones have what it takes to become the best of the best? The fight is gonna happen right here, right now.
我们是欧游记，让全世界再听到我们的声音。
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Let the world hear us again, they said, as we take a look at Jeff, the baby land shark. It's trick or treat season ship. And my gosh, I gotta say, out of all the skins, man, that's the most adorable mascot you're ever gonna see.
Yeah, I always make the joke about kids in scary movies. That's Jeff for you. You know what I mean? Just terrifying, especially when going under with that. It's Jeff. We've seen a ton of Jeff in this tournament. And I'll tell you what, that just goes to show you how strong Jeff is as a hero in this meta. And almost in all these last few metas with how good he is. But look at this skin. Are you kidding me? This little pumpkin coming at you, the jack-o'-lantern.
The candy. That's what I love about these skins and costumes too, because they do the sound effects, they do the little things like, you know, just reloading, not the fish, but the candy. It's like the little things that really, I feel like, shine here as you see the pumpkins and the music play, the bats. I mean, it's iconic. That's something like, imagine seeing this in the grand finals of it all, and that's how you lose to that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the alt VFX. I think it's a huge addition to the game here. Look at Jeff for the MVP. Eating the full candy on the reload with wrapper on is just different. And jumping in here on those toys. Big fan of this skin. Big fan of this hero right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. Chat, bro. 2 more days and it's Halloween. Notice how, I just want to say, before this next match starts, I want to give you guys a hot fucking take real quick. Notice how, like, there's 2 days before Halloween and no one's like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Woo, Halloween, yo, ah! No, if it was Christmas, people would be like, oh shit, you know, I got my hot cocoa, I got my slippers, I got my PJs on. It's fucking absolutely cold outside. It's fantastic. It's snowing. The vibe is just like, so it's Christmas lights all as well. The Christmas tree's up. It's smelling like, you know, what is it? Pine or something? Yeah. Yeah, Christmas is just so much better than Halloween, bro.
When you're comfortable, just repeat it. Unless they're trying to shake things up on, you know, something unexpected. Maybe we see Hell's Heaven, or Heart of Heaven, excuse me, which I think is a map that's a little bit slept on. I think that smoke enables more brawl compositions, but then again, that might play
real or fake Christmas tree.
Like an Iron Fist.
We've done real ones our whole lives, but I think I might get a fake one this year because the cats destroyed it last time. Also, you got to clean it up. You got to like water it and all that stuff. I'll just get a fake one and just use that one every year. And you save money. E-Mead, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub.
That extra time to make usually the finish. There's just always cinema here.
Yeah, and they do like that more pokey composition as we saw in that last domination and that Streech phase there. That is the perfect comp to run, and then you can play around with those
honest question, chat. Oh, wait, I like his little. He has the handkerchief matches his tie. Tie or bow tie? What do you guys like? I like bow tie more than a tie.
First of all, all right, we get the Mantis, you know, ban out of the way. We can move on to the good stuff here, as we know. But
I like bow tie.
I wanted to see the Captain America save right off the get, and we saw what they could do, J-Mac, off the hero. But what that does also is it allows Jay3 to play their comfort picks, which was the mag.
Hey, appreciate it,
that last time. So love the way to open things up. Venom going to be banned off the get as well with the Winter Soldier save. So a little bit of a, you know, I think they really like what they were able to do there with Taro. And then again, that allows Mo on.
Yo, what's up, Millen? Royal, appreciate us at 36 months. How you doing?
Now, goodbye to Emma. Again, I think that is a smart decision. I think we saw some good influence there from Emma. We talked about the versatility of that shield, locking off LOS and ultimates. And again, a lock in here of the Bucky. Another one of those picks that hasn't been banned as frequently as you would think, but Crazy Raccoon in the past has been known to ban that Winter Soldier. So again, that makes sense. And that's just doing your homework against who you're going against. Goodbye to the Star-Lord as well. Star-Lord at this level of play,
I don't even know how to put a tie on, bro.
as or with a triple strategist composition, because you can get that ult incredibly quickly. All the focus is on you. It allows you to play hyper aggro. You press that Q button, and then it forces out a ton of cooldowns in the backline.
And that is how they won last time. Inex on the Star-Lord was a big difference maker for them. So they did their homework. Good job on them. You know, realized this was their strong map. I think they expected to go here too. They got the early win. You know, that's what they do best here at the pro scenes. The save over to the Magneto is going to be helpful for OUG as we look at the next ban and taking a look at what they can go with. For me, if I'm them, I would potentially roll out with a... They're going to go with Hela again, which I respect. You know, give Vital the sightlines. And point 1, sightlines aren't great. Point 2, Hela has full dominance.
As you see the lock-in right there, great call out. That Streets phase once more. A lot of height, a lot of off-angling. And again, when you are fighting down that main, even back to front or front to back compositions,
they're gonna ban the more.
Just have a great LOS and line with a little bit of height on the back line.
Is this a Namor ban, right? Are they trying to bait this out maybe? Yeah, that'd be weird. We haven't had a lot of Namor bans out there, but I think it would be interesting. Okay, hey, you know what? I dig it. I think they're still going to play Hela regardless. So, you know, we might see that with Vital. But I love, and sometimes we actually been seeing this a lot, right? They've been baiting these bans out. We've been seeing this time and time again, and that's something at the pro play that's kind of, as this scene ages, it's something we're getting more of here, and I love it, man. I'm all about it.
Oh, there's such a chess match here, not only in the ban phase, but in the map selection. I mean, teams are noticing what maps they're playing, the opposition is playing, and they're going to scrim and practice on that map because they want to hone in their skill knowing, hey, this is what they're likely going to pick, right? So there's a chess match there, and then the mental game.
What's the next game after this?
They think we might be going there. Should we run something else? Maybe something they haven't practiced before. There is so much to this game, not only in the bans, not only in the battles, and the ults,
against
timing, tracking, the communication, but even in scrims and practice of specific
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, shout out to you Marvel Snap fans, knowing to have that poker face right now. You know, always be cool under pressure, but listen, Crazy Raccoon, they played a crazy, I know the pun in there, but they played a crazy Black Widow. Would love to see it here on the second point of the sightlines. Like I said, thought the Hela would come out.
Jay, it's looking scary for Envy right now. Why did
they're going to try to do this. We talked about
Chopper
this
win?
Little mine. The mine action that you get, and I am always in favor of take the damage, let the strategist build up the ult, and go from there.
Yeah, I don't love it either, especially if you enable some of these frontline Vanguards to come and take that damage, feed the backline.
Last time, Doctor Strange Portal was huge here. This was the play, the exact map we saw it on. Will we see it again, my friend?
Yeah, it looks like they're lining that up, and they are. They are going to protect it. The jump there, so you can't fall to Portal. That's a little pro tip as we see the Portal come through onto the back line. It is going to put it right near this heel so that the strategist can play around it. Gives them height now, and this is a strategy we've seen a lot in the past. J-Mac going to switch up here, come back in with Cap, and that is a very smart play. The whole strat line is now going to be behind them. Well, now he gets free pressure onto their backline as they rotate and switch spawns, quote-unquote, here in this battle. He's going to fight the strategist.
I don't think rotating is good, though.
Completely switching spawn. Jay3
where the defense plays offense and offense plays defense. I think it's better for the offense team because they have the point control now.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that point, you split up anyway most of the time on Main Street in this little indoor cover, and J-Mac going to be throwing the punches. Watch this man on Cap. It is absolutely disgusting what he can put together here. Jay3 is going to find yet another. They're just making quick Swiss cheese of this defense and pushing and imposing their will. But
OUG, that was not a good defense, bro.
That's going to go ahead and snowball his fall too. So at this point, what was looking like an easy bend, they did not.
That's a smart play by Crazy Raccoons, but that's not a not a good play by OUG.
Yeah, I mean, that's a stagger.
You just gave him the whole fucking point.
Climb ladder you will take as a huge advantage, forcing their spawn to be more delayed and does not allow them to set up the way they want to or take the space right back, because if they lose another,
so what was that strat? They basically TP'd the team to behind them, so now the team defending has to rotate as a team so they don't all die.
Maybe they are regretting that.
And the offense team becomes defense, and the defense team becomes offense, and then after he TPs, he switches to Captain America and just goes pressure the backline.
Have that Jeff time ready to roll, and that's going to be huge on this part of the map if they want to continue this aggression. Most sustain is there for OUG right now, really fighting against the wall. This
Millen,
is
what?
Town court advantage for Crazy Raccoon, as we're going to have Jeff with the old J-Mac to paint the trail of freedom, and look at that. Once again, finds a 2 with ease, and down does not go. They seem to find their way back.
Yeah, and Molan with an alt commitment there. Mash is going to be bringing out the dance floor too. Jung-hoon and Vital still holding on to that alt. DRP, though, has not missed many of these. Will this one land? Very low in HP. 20 HP does go down to Vital, who makes sure that they pay the price. Again, Crazy Raccoon looking lights out on this map.
I know. I mean, they definitely have the battle play. They made Citadel really struggle here, so love to see it continue on now as point 2 is about to be. I mean, this is insane. There's no shot of an overtime if they got 4 minutes on the clock right now.
Man.
Vital with the hit. They still have the res too. This is OUG is caught by pure surprise here. Crazy Raccoon, they won in the ban and pick phase, in my opinion, and they continue to put on the pressure. Look at J-Mac, look at this aggression.
Yeah, they are not stopping this train. The momentum is so much in the favor of Crazy Raccoon. OUG needs to reset. We're going to see a change in composition likely, or at least getting together as 6 and locking in on J-Mac, who is just causing so much mayhem in the backline. They have yet to be able to figure it out and find a solution. And again, we've seen it time and time again on this map.
I hate Captain
Teams
America.
can start to learn and figure it out and bide some time here. But if they keep this aggression up, there is still 5 minutes here on point 3. This is insane. J-Mac now walking forward, has that
Crazy Raccoons
charge,
is just fucking rolling right now, though.
Because you get that speed and you can walk forward. OUG only has 1 ult available at this moment, and there is that initiation. Mash is very close to ult with the dance floor, though.
Yeah, man, he's absolutely taping down the WP. I mean, just pure aggression from the cap here now as NX is going to continue to find more from it. I mean, I have not seen a 4-minute cap in any of this pro play. That would be absolutely insane on the clock. Either way, even with a minute, it's enough to get the win usually, though. Taro Cookie trying to get this team on the right track.
There's no way they cap with 4 minutes left, chat, right?
To bounce back with the J-Mac, though. Hunting for more. These strategists can't even heal. They're just trying to stay alive at this point now as you get a nice little stun, at least giving them some space fall there with the extermination. But it's Jay3, all eyes on him as they continue.
Wait, Jay3, all eyes on Jay3?
That Psionic Seduction. It's Jeff has launched to last.
You guys looking at me?
Right into a wall, punted, grab, bang, right in, but still can have that dance floor to stay healthy. Mash is in a dangerous position. Is going to elect to drop backwards there with Jay3, and they're going to reset on point. Do is weak, but still holding on. Just going to use that to block the heals. Great positioning again on that shield from Jay3. Notice, consistently placing that shield to block LOS of the backline from whoever's in danger. Jung-hoon going to find one. Crazy Raccoon just keeps finding numbers,
it's the most obvious shit. It's the most obvious shit, bro.
Heavily engage here with that charge, but the res is going to bring everyone right back. We have another 6v6 fight.
This is the last day for groups, and then tomorrow there's no tournament. We're going to do content tomorrow, but Friday is the actual, they play on stage, and we're going to be able to watch every game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Early, Swole does have another extermination, can keep the team alive a tad bit. Dewey doing a great job just staying alive through all this madness. Here comes a Phoenix down quickly with a bit of mustard on it. Jay3 finds more to it. Vital going to come back. That res used, and they're doing a good job keeping this thing alive. This is the big one, and it does not connect at all. That was with sailing.
Yeah, shout out here to OUG, still holding on in that corner against J-Mac with a very unique backline in terms of kind of playing their own game and leaving Mash alone.
I'm going to play Arc Raiders. I want to check it out.
On to the point. Lastro going to find DRP, though. J-Mac now on a Molan. Didn't have X finds 2. J-Mac now on a Taro, and that is going to be all 3 points.
I think it's safe to say that Crazy Raccoons is probably going to win this game.
Wow.
I mean, he's
oh my goodness gracious.
That, Steve Rogers wasn't doing the MCU, just pure violence out there from what we're seeing of the J-Mac. Again, it's why I'm sad to see some of these players go, because they're just so much talent.
True, yes, Zexy. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly.
Side of this is where we saw the portal play that took Paulie out on the stairs. We'll truly see if OUG did their homework, because if they did, they saw this clip that was making its rounds around Reddit, Twitter, and all that good stuff as we take a look. Now we're going to go offensively. Listen, what was there, like 3 minutes, 2:50, something on the clock there?
Yeah, 2:44, I believe, almost 3 full minutes, man.
I mean, you at least need a minute and a half, because actually, when you have a lot of time like that, it gets a bit more less favorable, right?
Oh,
so it gets all the way to 0, and then
oh shit! Look at this.
Advantage.
Oh.
But on the other flip, if you could just get a minute and a half, that's enough time to kind of stall things out, have the overtime kick on. So that's kind of their goal mark if they even want to make this thing interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, look at these stat lines, man. Again, this is just, that was an absolute walking right there. They looked clean as can be. Crazy Raccoon very comfortable on this map, and you could see it. The momentum did not stop. Vital, the only one to fall, but was playing Warlock. Who cares? You have that self-res. Bring the team back if you need to. And, you know, he didn't even need to bring the team back. Only bring an NX back one time. I mean, are you kidding me? Crazy Raccoon, this is their map.
J-Mac, 8 eliminations, more damage than anyone on the team over there, but OUG for a cap.
God damn, chat. It's fine. Listen, anything can happen.
Hopefully get eyes on this portal play. Not sure if we're going to see J-Mac try to throw it out early. You know, we did miss the opening there, but that was what they were trying to do now. He's going to quickly go back over to the cap that he plays best. Dewey looking to go better than that eliminations that they just saw here. Now looking to take the top in, try to get that strategist play of what J-Mac did so well last time. And it's going to be a little cap
oh my god, watching two Captain Americas just chase each other and hit each other is the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen in Marvel Rivals. Look at this.
Battle, and he's going to have that Jeff pocket.
It's
Will
a
it be
fucking
enough?
boxing
Yes, it is
match.
Enough at the moment. Great play here. Jeff Cap versus Jeff Cap. It is mayhem.
Oh
the claw
my.
everywhere. They're slipping and sliding. Is going to not find a pick here. Dewey's going to drop back, but is very low.
Absolutely, like something you see like an underground scene, like just absolutely insane there. As now
there is no way both Captain Americas are just gonna fight each other.
This is where the action is, y'all. This is the true finals in the making now. It's just trying to get away. Dewey cannot. And Terra Cookie though does find the best of Vital. That's gonna
oh my god.
A bit of space now. And for me, it's Molon Ron on this Jeff ult. Can he secure it? There's an easy edge right there that can push forward to the path of victory.
Jay, this game doesn't matter. Both teams are going home.
And due to such a strong cap, it's crazy to see J-Mac come back and just do it.
If Crazy Raccoons wins this and wins their next game against Navi,
well.
and one of the teams who are 2-3 right now,
going to be
or
revved out,
2-2
finding
loses,
one here with the itch
they
jab
can still
Lastro.
make it.
Going to try to off-map, aim it low, so you cannot float backwards. That's exactly what happens as DRP goes off-map.
They do have a chance to stay.
Find Svald. Numbers up now again for Crazy Raccoon on the defense, and J-Mac going to land directly on the head of Molon.
Dude, this is quite literally the most home court advantage I've seen for a team.
Yeah.
They play like a different. It's like this just the scrim map all the time. I mean, they play truly like a different.
I thought the defense meta was 3 tanks, 3 supports. What happens to that? That's only on certain maps.
Such a big win condition for them here. Looking forward though, DRP does have himself the Meteor M, can land that, make that matter. But Vital has the res. This is.
OUG can win today as well. They do have 2 games, so yeah. OUG needs to beat Crazy Raccoons, and any team, whoever wins this, if they win their next game as well, they can make it. Both teams have a chance to make it. Both teams have 2 games today.
You lose way too much time, so a fast switch here. Up we go again on the sticks. Bang, goes down, but Cap pulled slightly backwards. Not going to do enough damage to find some value there. J-Mac did force that ult out. DRP with the same. Taro Cookie close, and it's going to be a combo there with Doodoo.
Yeah, here's the lunchtime. This is really what matters. Can he get Vital with this quick eat? That's what he's going to go for. Vital knows it's coming for him. No, he's going to go for the point more and good adjustments. Oh, he does decide to quickly. Oh, it's going to come up empty. He couldn't decide whether he's going to go for the point or Vital. I think he saw Vital at the last second, tried to adjust, and found nothing from it. I mean, this is pretty much the swan song here on this part of the map. They can continue to try, but right now it's all Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, I mean, really good positioning there by Vital. Got to shout that out. Who just knew that was coming, is ready to juke it at all costs. Even on Warlock, it's very difficult to do that. Tackle comes in onto Taro. Oswald gonna find Lastro, and Vital bringing everyone right back into the fight, but those walls are detrimental.
I think Adam Warlock is low-key a character that...
Ulted right to the roof.
Oh, what the hell?
And
I think Adam Warlock is a crazy fucking character to learn and play.
Is gonna bring the team
I think he's really good. Really good in a triple support team comp.
They need to find some presence. No, NX gonna shut that down quickly as Do is walking backwards on the reset, and everything is happening quickly. The team is panicking, need to reset. Out goes again a Psionic that finds 2. This will be cleaned up likely as Do is just gonna try to reset, but at 26 seconds on, it's gonna be a forced touch.
I mean, an absolute aggro final boss here. Just there's no space in the making that they can even find. They do have the Meteor M in the show to try to get at least something rolling for this team. Not even a tick.
Wow, J-Mac.
J-Mac's in the spawn. He's like, hey, can I join this roster at this point? I mean, absolutely a menace here as the Vanguards are pushing.
Oh, he's going to push him in with ult.
Yeah.
He's going to push him in with ult and shield. Oh, no, Lastro ate him to cancel it.
That was a speed run, folks. That was an absolute speed run.
Dude, OUG got fucking rolled.
Grand finals. I mean, that would make you think that Crazy Raccoon is absolutely undefeated. This is what blows my mind. Crazy Raccoon, they're out, right? I mean, they're out, and it's not showing. They're like, you know what, OUG, we're taking you with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, they just look so coordinated there. It was insane. Even on that final retake where they knew the portal had to come in, they have Cap there with Freedom Charge, and with Cap, for those who maybe don't know, if you Freedom Charge and hold your shield out and run, you'll actually push enemies away. So you could shove Cap or Strange right back into the spawn, but you know what? They didn't even need it. because Lastro, with that eat at the end there to cancel it himself, just very smart play. And
wait, you don't have to do anything crazy when you're ulting. If you ult and just hold your shield out, you literally push people, and you could literally push them into spawn.
Hey, I don't know about much.
I thought you had to do something like use an ability or something. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's funny.
With some W's there, as we continue to see 9 and 9 eliminations on both fronts.
You literally push people when you run at them with Catapult. That's funny.
I mean, you look at one, player's Fall was able to get something rolling for that team. Maybe that's something to highlight. But other than that, you had swaps on rolls, so not much there in terms of things that we can showcase. And OUG got to reset, reload. You get to pick the map for the final hit there, and so you do have that.
Chopper Mag just 2-0'd.
And you know what map that's going to be, folks. If you watched OUG, Midtown will be coming up here
shortly.
Oh,
shit. That means Envy needs to win their next game, and Envy needs to beat either Virtus Pro. Envy needs to beat
success. It seems like these teams
Chopper Mag as well as beat Virtus Pro, I'm pretty sure.
Crazy work, if you will. Really, not a lot of highlights here for OUG. A lot of it just being J-Mag doing work, as well as things like NX and JT3. This team looked so strong right here, but is that map win enough for them to shift the momentum and take this home?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, we're going to be highlighting our MVPs of this stage. J-Mac, win or go home, still going to be one I have to shout out. And yeah, listen, it's funny. Team from China finds New York as their home base that they'll be utilizing. And I mean, it's absolutely crazy because if the Iron Fist is out of there, it's the Psylocke. They can really play to their comfort of what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you ignore the Mantis ban and go Cap.
Yo, both of these casters looking fresh as fuck, chat.
To be what I thought was the difference maker there.
Yeah, again, so I kind of discussed this.
Damn, I like the light blue, bro. The light blue is looking real good.
Games from some of the quote-unquote strongest teams here in this tournament on that map, and as you see the breakdown here, folks, obviously last map was a convergence, so this time it is going to be a convoy. So what do you think, bud?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I do think it will be the Midtown. I want to just highlight for people that are just now coming in, again, OUG, they have to win this. They win this, they give themselves quite literally, it's that win and get in mentality, right? And so,
they still have a chance to get in, chat. Someone was asking, they don't have a chance. They still have a chance.
Season wanted to play better, get tighter in what they could do. Again, a little bit sad to see that unable to kind of tighten up everything there at the end, not enough time in the day. BO3 as well, kind of short time to get things adjusted as well. But we're going to reveal the map, and again, if we were betting, we'd say Midtown. If we would be winners, my friend, congratulations.
Yeah, we did it for whatever bucks it may be. Caster bucks, I guess. But again, OUG on this map, it's been a ton of fun to watch. And I'll tell you what, Crazy Raccoon on that map was a ton of fun to watch.
Royal for 36 months, I think.
On this stream, seeing these teams duke it out. And again, folks, needs this, right? So their backs are against the wall. Will they be able to press through that pressure, or will it take them down with Crazy Raccoon?
You know, if you're watching, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, drop it right now. Is it going to be the continuation of what we just saw from Crazy Raccoon? OUG, who is going to take it from them there? And it's crazy. We just feel the land energy even right behind us as the team's set up. They're staring each other right down the eyes. Draft is ready to go. And
oh, shit, wait, we didn't even go on a break? We just fucking went?
Just get capped right out of there. Mantis to Emma, the other
Damn,
side of things.
Okay.
Like that.
No fucking break. We just went straight into this. I like it. I like it.
They don't want to fall to that same trap that was led for them last time. I mean, this team, OUG, is very confident, but on that map, they looked like a team that was just not prepared for or they just did not have an answer for that kind of pressure. And, you could see the strategy that we saw from Crazy Raccoon. They clearly had set plays that they were used to doing. You saw the Jeff Cap plays. You saw the portal plays. You even saw the defensive portal plays that was prepared in case they wanted the portal off. But, no, they decided not to. So we'll see what OUG has on this map, and if that can shock Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, and there it is. There is the cap save for them. So J-Mac's going to have exactly what he's looking for. Emma going to be banned on the opposite side. And you always got to save the Mantis if they aren't going to ban it, right? I mean, it's just, even if that's not the game plan, it's just too good. Mantis is too much of a difference maker.
Tony, appreciate the massive 9 months. How you doing, my friend?
Your best player, Molan Ron, is quite literally, if we see
Iron How's my 100 Thieves looking?
Wow, yeah.
Good day.
I
think
100 Thieves.
Yeah, and just speaking from a world's perspective, the Americas region, although we absolutely respect the
I think they make it through. I don't know right now because they're tied with Citadel,
which is just really designed comps around Mantis completely.
Citadel plays against OUG.
Again, you see that Emma band there on the top side.
So if Citadel wins that,
to struggle. They don't want J-Mac
100 Thieves might be in trouble because 100 Thieves needs to play against FlyQuest.
Constantly laser beam and then tackle anytime.
And if they lose that, but Crazy Raccoons or OUG, whoever wins this, wins also their next game, everyone's going to be tied. So
a little bit more obviously shaky on the second
there's possible for an upset, chat. Because look, if you look right here before the game start, look, 100 Thieves is 2-2. Citadel's 2-2. OUG is 0-3, and they're 0-3. But let's just say, hypothetically, one of these teams wins. Let's just say OUG, for an example. If they win this next game, and they win their other game against Citadel, they'll move up to 2-3. Citadel loses, they'll be 2-3. 100 Thieves loses 2-3. So, hey, listen. And this is anyone's ball game.
I like what they have available potentially. Overall, this is looking strong.
This is anyone's ball game right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a glance on these, obviously, after the cast, watching these games back and how these teams perform, but I am very much looking forward to seeing this live in action with all of you.
I think it might go to round difference, but like, to be honest with you, that's like getting really technical. You don't know. We don't know if they're going to be 2-0s or 2-1s or 2-2.
But you know what's an answer that I would consider that hasn't been as meta is having that Iron Fist go in and just pummel those Vanguards and take percentage HP off all of them.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And guess what? That Vanguard pool is limited. And when you take out Doctor Strange as well, my friend, I mean, it completely shakes up this first Main Street push because you have to play absolutely perfect if you're not.
Wait, how do you know 100 Thieves is in, though?
You know, when you look at it, as we actually have these, a bit swapped here at the top. But yes, it is going to be on defense first. On the aggression, what you have.
Chat, they're green on the charts because that just means they're the top 4 teams. Even on the other side,
yeah, exactly.
The bottom 2 teams are losing. They're out of the tournament, chat.
Things like Punisher, Storm.
The top 4 teams move on, but the tournament's not over.
To see a team
it's done today.
This team right here, OUG, which you'll see with Molan, who is going to be on that side, on the attack here with that Iron Fist. DRP on the high side here, looking to make a play now. Let's see if that works out on the backside. J-Mac going to try to mark DRP, but there is a ton of survivability on both sides. But wow, that animation cancels clean here from J-Mac. And there's that overhealth, popping E, but still going to be low, finding that health back.
Oh, so Citadel. Okay, this is very confusing. Fuck it.
Going to try to combine and get more damage on cap,
I'm understanding
J-Mac coming out on top. Are you kidding me? In a 2v1.
Yeah, man, I just want to get eyes on the prize here of what Molan's trying to do.
This shit's very fucking confusing, chat. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. That's what I understand. Lefty, appreciate the massive gift of sub.
There it is. There we go. We've got ourselves Danny going crazy.
Oh my goodness.
The tank melter, my friend. After patch, this man has been fine-tuned to be the assassin.
Oh, I love this guy's Iron Fist. This guy's Iron Fist is crazy.
Dewey getting a piece of the pie as well, so this is allowing OUG now, as we take a look at the team names up top, to get more of that offensive leeway. And keep in mind, there's
this guy is crazy on the fist, chat.
Yeah, again, I am consistently saying I think this hero is slept on. I think he's the new Wolverine on the front line, and you get to see it right now as Molan has been doing this so consistently here on Fist and doesn't even look like he has lost any speed and momentum, just walking them everyone down. Spald here going to launch the Sia now.
OUG needs to win this. If OUG wins this, their playoff chances are still alive, chat. Crazy Raccoons is not.
As 4 go down.
Even if Crazy Raccoons wins this, I think they're out.
Holy
shit, this guy's insane.
But it doesn't matter because everyone falls there on the side of Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, man, wax on, wax off, man. That was the living chi in action. Dude, when you get the Rocket Raccoon damage boost or the Mantis, you continue to stack that on what is just the absolute assassin of Molan Round.
No one looks at the Iron Fist, though. He just does whatever the fuck he wants.
To keep things interesting, J-Mac going to try to paint the trail of freedom, going right after MASH, but good rotation over. Going to go to the back line now as Lastro has plenty of help to go ahead and snap back into the reality of the Trickster. Once again, it's going to be the slash, the dash, the assassin waltz does try to find something, nothing from it, and not even an ultimate, to fall.
Damn, clean.
Gonna find final there. Molan gonna find another on a Lastro. This team is looking so strong. The touch comes through, but will it be for long? Does not seem like it will as J-Mac goes down. JT3 make it 3 from Molan, who is just built different here on Iron Fist.
Bro, this guy's Iron Fist is crazy.
I absolutely love it because, again, we've seen it time and time again. Like, the Black Panther got more popular in group stage, and then we saw Jeff go and explode after what they did there in Rad and win the midseason. My guess is, hey, more Iron Fist on the ladder. Get ready. I'm sure people are thrilled about that. Yeah, as a Vanguard player,
listen, the pros Iron Fist compared to the random fucking Iron Fist that we have on the ladders, completely different fucking things. I've had Iron Fist in my game yesterday. They were ass. They were fucking ass.
To that triple strat and triple Vanguard Vanguard off the rip. So definitely something different, but again, they're just trying to find a way to have a solution, which we saw the exact reverse of last map.
Yeah, just get the shotgun out up close with the fists. Yeah. You know, if you want to use punches, all right, I'll go in and get the Frank Castle special on you, right? As he backs up with the smoke grenade. The Abyss is happening with the lunchtime. Gonna find nothing from it. And just like that, Judge and Jury and all the Executioner is out, but good positioning and rotation here. Going into the safe haven, and this is gonna give them not only a little bit of life here with the rocket ult, but also from that Punisher. That's rough.
Yeah, Molan is very patient there as Do finds 2 onto NX and Shung Hoon, and that is a huge backline pick. Svald now onto Jay3 playing aggressive there on the Raccoon, saying, I'm the crazy Raccoon. DRP, though, gonna find J-Mac, and that is another clean sweep. Still holding on to Taro Cookie's ultimate, which is going to be a huge threat. The idea now is to burn those crystals from Lastro and press the Q button and see who falls. Vital ready with the Omega Hurricane as well.
Yeah, Do just continues to get a few each time with that quick prison, and man, not only do you get the Iron Fist, you get the damage up. That is just a recipe for disaster as we got these guys opening up, looking for a category 1-2, maybe a fish if the ultimate does find themselves the Mantis to continue to get that rolling for them, as now they're gonna get all together, gather to me, as she says now, as they continue to punch, slice, and dice. It's gonna be this dance of the butterflies now, trying to find itself its best bit of it. Jay3 slamming down, no connection, the rim shaking.
Yeah, that was good movement right there from Taro Cookie, taking that height and vulnerable, or invisible, excuse me, at that same time. DRP, though, gonna find NX. Molan waiting for timing, comes in heavy with Taro Cookie on a Jay3, make it 2 as Shung Hoon goes down, keeping the pressure on the front line. Goodbye, one more. Keep it running now, Molan, and another falls as they take point 2, and they are just walking through Midtown.
Brother, his health is always like well above 300. It's absolutely disgusting. And then Taro Cookie able to take over that Psylocke role. That was what Molan was playing, right? And so that's just such a feast and famine, because you could dive together if you so choose. But I mean, right now we see how dangerous this man can be on the roll. Looking forward to what we have. Another imprisonment. He's hit every single one so far. Compare that up with a couple of options. They did that with Molan and the great follow-up there. That frontline brawler we keep talking about. On the other opposition, though, not a lot of room. Shung Hoon getting close.
Yeah, I think now the idea is to stay as separate as possible, or use something like Final Judgment, as you see here from NX, to make sure you cannot be CC to try to help burn Groot if that all comes through. And they got to keep the pressure on Groot, who does escape. Taro Cookie going to fall here from NX, who with a great play, looking up at the high side now as the construction
when you're ulting and the map starts moving, I hate it, bro.
Right side. Good retake here. They need to find one more on a match, and yes, everybody at this point is going to fall to reset and probably not spend too much time, or looks like they're still holding to see if they can turn this around, but at this point it's worth the reset, I believe. Molan in a dangerous spot now, and the stagger comes through there from Vital.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could get to point pretty fast as the Iron Fist, but, you know, trying to get there, I mean, that's what you need. Sometimes
Tara has played Iron Fist before? Yeah, but I don't think Tara... Listen, I love Tara. He's a great DPS player. He's a crazy fucking player in general. But I don't think Tara is Molan ran on Iron Fist. This guy actually might be Iron Fist. Like, this guy is literally... He has the chi in real life.
Build a highlight reel.
Yeah, I mean, they're really clutching up here. Those ults are obviously enabling a lot of those duelists to make big plays. Ults available here for Crazy Raccoon, but then you look over at OUG, and there are almost 4 ready for this next fight. Svald working the way up there right now, similar to NX. So there's going to be
like this guy might be going to sleep every night with an Iron Fist body pillow. Like he is one with the Iron Fist.
To try to counter that, I'm sure that's what that cooldown is being held for here. And you shout out how strong Svald's look, but DRP going down early like that's not a good look. You may not have to commit too much here unless the opposition does the same. J-Mac going to start up here and walk them forward with a freedom charge. The team is going to keep the pressure on. The team wants a reset here for OUG, but they're getting walked down, and that all was not worth, I don't believe, from Svald, as a few fall from Vital and Lastro, and that is just going to buy more time before they can reset again with 59 seconds on. Good hold here.
Nothing living about that chi right there. I mean, that was an absolute... I've never seen an Iron Man ult and run
is he going to switch?
Right? Like that, an Iron Fist, if you will. But yeah, you know what's great
he switching?
About this
Please don't switch.
So well for them
Please don't.
Iron Fist
Yes!
able to do a bit more with the lower the health, and so you can combine that with the burst that we've been seeing from Taro. That's kind of been the main game plan. But hey, after the start of that map, going 40 seconds left, that's already a win that they're looking for here. As DRP cannot... Oh, you can't get out here. So going to pop the shield, get back with the team. Get that full reset here if you are going to be OUG looking for what they have for this. We'll see if Taro tries to find someone out of position.
Galactic Legend off the rip, potentially forcing something out, and that's going to make Molan go down, and that's a huge pick. Great freeze, but immediately woken up there, and that's a little bit of a communication error, but not a bad move, as it did buy enough time. 14
he
seconds
went
on
to Jeff, died, and he went back to Iron Fist?
For OT to be activated. That is your goal always. Somebody has to be that guy to do that, and here comes that engagement now. 5 seconds, 4, 3. There is the touch over height by a pretty smooth move, getting the touch while walking over tower, and there comes the ultimate through. Gonna apply and force out crystals. Does not get much more outside of it. J-Mac, Vital, and JT3. And there goes that eye to clean up the rest. OT ticking down slowly. What a defense here by Crazy Raccoon that say, you can't get this done on us. And Vital with a quadra to clean up. Beautiful play.
No portal to be found. They will make a man out of you for Molan. What an absolute way to finish strong. Again, this is a tough point 2 to get through, so not horrible if you are OUG, but this is it, y'all. Right here, right now, can OUG stay alive in this thing? Keep it interesting. If you're Crazy Raccoon, though, way to adjust.
That looked like a J3 ult. You know, it's actually kind of crazy that a lot of these pro players, instead of scrimming or practicing before their matches, what they like to do is actually come to my stream and watch me play, and then that automatically warms them up for their match, and that's how they play. Did you guys know that?
With your movement and your flight, and that's a decent answer, but also that backline, which is forced to commit ultimates consistently. You're always just trying to get ults as fast as possible with Star-Lord, and he really didn't have that much pressure in the sky there. Although you can do a decent job marking flight, as we've seen in past seasons with Iron Fist, especially 100 Thieves, we're running that for a little bit. It's not great into somebody who's as mobile as Star-Lord.
He's 30. Molan is 30 and 3.
J-Mac going to be making the switch here to Daredevil with that. Oh, look at that Lord icon.
I was going to say, it's been how long, and this man has a Lord icon ready to go, man? I'm telling you, time to defeat the Hans. How fitting, too, if Crazy Raccoon can, pull that out now and be a man. Now, looking at what we've got here for
the are they going to run Daredevil, chat? Are they going to let the devil out?
I like the approach of the Daredevil.
Please tell me they're going to let the devil out.
So we'll see it here in the final bit because, typically it would make more sense for him to go back over to the cap eventually. But with the lineup, what they have,
please let the devil.
Snowball potential here as we do get that.
He baited us, chat. He baited us. I don't like Crazy Raccoons anymore.
Yeah, and the answer here from Crazy Raccoon is a little bit more
they didn't let the devil out, bro.
This hasn't found a ton of success, but it's all about the confidence of that triple comp, and if they can keep them tight. It looks like they're playing a little deep, and that's in case a portal play comes through. We've seen that answer, I believe, from Envy, who portal blocked off that backline and forced them into that space. I got to double check on the team comp that ran or decided that strategy, but still not a giant fan of the positioning, but it looks like it's working, as I guess the goal here is to have Dew in the front line just dance on Carl while everyone else plays together in the back and just keep him healthy while he just jukes for days, but they're going to farm ults as much as possible. And the goal with triple strat is that you want your Vanguards to take a lot of damage so your strategists have ults available to counter everything. But with one Vanguard on the front, I'm not sure it's enough.
Yeah, not only that, they've got the Agamotto and the Kraken Impact ready to roll right here. So yes, trying to sustain as much as you can, but if they go down, they have no straight portal to get back, so you have to hold as long as you can here. If you are OUG, cannot afford a quick stagger. You've got the rocket res to at least have, as long as it has not been destroyed. They're going to be going right away with it, though. It's going to be Molan Ron throwing out the imprisonment. They got to find something here. They do find 1-2, make it 3, Shib, and that's going to be at least the time ticking down that they continue to need here on point 1.
Yeah, I guess never doubt OUG on this map. What am I talking about? Looking very, very smart. I saw JT3 get that ult incredibly quickly before any of the strategists, so the thought I was thinking was that he was going to go in there, use that jump with Strange to use the forward propulsion. Actually, if you use Strange's jump on a low ceiling, you'll shoot forward, so you can land a good ult, but did not work there. That is going to be a little bit of a healing reduction. Out goes the strat line. Oh, great work by NX there to find DRP, and this is going to be a more consistent answer for triple with that Punisher, but not a damage boost to health. It's all going to be in the hands of the gun.
I'm actually really surprised. Wait, I'm surprised no one's going on Mantis. Not Mantis.
That was absolutely brutal. I mean, this is looking like the final act of the
Moon Knight or something.
You saw every single ult pop there for him pretty much now with the reset after reset. So this will be a 2-fight win for the point of exact same that it took OUG to get originally, and that is a quick cleanup after a little bit of a falter there early. Now, whoever's over here, Roman, I think it's Dew, you got to stay alive, my friend. Oh no, it's going to be the Venom DRP. So just kind of hanging up tight, ready for the team to dive in and at least stall this thing out a little longer, Shib.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of the ooh, but that is insane. Vital going to find Dew early on. The idea there was going to try to get a touch there with Venom, who pays the price with the setup from Punisher turret on point. J-Mac now walking forward, and Crazy Raccoon are playing lights out. They want to take OUG down with them in this tournament and not allow them to move forward or put them in a dicier spot, and a more risky spot in progressing in this tournament.
For 17 months.
Still going to be holding on to that all here for Crazy Raccoon, and Dew, who did fall early in that fight on cap, not able to get that off in time, does just get deleted. The idea, instead of portaling back in for point 2, was that they would have the touch come through from Venom or Cap, but they were not able to do that. They just got deleted. And it's very difficult to play those heroes into something like Vital.
I want the Iron Fist again.
Oh, you did. I mean, that was quick on point 1, man. Oh no, is what
Crazy Raccoons are out, yeah.
At the moment, though,
if Crazy Raccoons wins this game, they take out OUG as well with them.
Kind of stick with what was the tried and true.
So
continuing on the Assassin as we see map after map. This is the moment. This is where they have to hold if you are OUG. Cannot allow this thing to get to point number 3, but if you're Jay3 and Crazy, look at the absolutely relentless pressure. The Mantis ult is not going to be enough to outlast infinite bullets there from NX. Good rotation, but that buys him all the space, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he almost put the delete there right on top of Svald. It was very close.
Today,
Great tracking, but good movement again by Svald. But Lastro going to find DRP, and again, Crazy Raccoon has completely changed the momentum. This might be a fight 3 battle.
Crazy Raccoon's is -5 though.
This point is usually pretty defensible.
Map score.
Dudu is going to launch ult here. It's matched right back by Lastro.
Every time he says
with
Dudu,
the boundary,
bro.
Vital holding on ult. JT3, Xianghoon, Mash, and Molan, as well as Taro Cookie now. So everybody is prepared in this fight. Molan in a dangerous spot.
Oh, trust me, Ada, I don't even understand that as well.
No way. I mean, that is massive. I mean, I was just about to point at the Vanguard. This is your moment to shine, but just like that, the sword was out and then sheathed just like that, and just easily giving them this point 2 that's so hard to take off to JMac. We know he's going to put the aggression on. At least DRP is there to kind of get some sustain, but that timer's going to tick up. Your cap that you need to be able to last there is not
no,
be
bro. If Crazy Raccoons wins this chat, they're taking fucking OUG out, bro.
Plenty of time added on. JMac's going to go with the freedom charge yet again to get things rolling for the team, and this is a cleanup job here.
Again, Vital finding DRP early on, or do, and that's just the entire goal there when you're playing Bucky like that. And there is 3 minutes and 20 on the clock here for Crazy Raccoon in a map that is heavily favored for OUG in terms of stats. They have clearly been working and locking in on this map, and they look insane even after losing that first fight.
And here's the last swap off, right? This is the last stand, last hope for OUG to continue on this thing. They don't even know what they want. We went from a quick little Jeff now over to Loki. That's when you can see teams on the ropes here. But guess what? Crazy Raccoon, they were able to lock and load here, get that defensive hold. They're already halfway there, though. There's 2 minutes 55. That's 3.
Oh, no, bro. Come on, OUG. Come on, OUG.
Job to move forward in this thing. Dude is going to kind of try to get pressure early, but right now it's the Punisher making quick work. It could be 1 ult away from victory.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting dicey now. It's all about just stalling and playing slow. Getting some answers now. Asphalt is ready with the ult to counter back here from NX, but it's all about tracking. Can NX make that happen through ult? It does do so!
No, but they traded.
Now finds NX, and that is a trade back, but once more, that is a trade through an ultimate, but it is matched again as Lastro committed that boundary. Ults are getting launched once more. Taro Cookie comes in. No reset through just yet. Is going to drop back with the...
Oh, shit. Come on, Molan. Come on, Molan. Get that support ult. Get that support ult.
Takes out Mash and NX on to do. This is a horribly dangerous position.
They're matching this perfectly blow for blow, and this is the most important time ever. If you're an OUG fan, it all comes down to this, and there's no life to be had at the moment. We're just going to see if he can get back in time. It doesn't look like there's going to be enough now. The Cap's trying to make the play. What a push up on the top. That's in 1.41 left, Shib. We've got now Taro
appreciate it,
out.
Limmer.
Just falling one
Appreciate
by
it.
Lanterns popped early.
Oh, Molan took the cap to do Captain America.
Wow, what a retake and what a touch. Just meters away, not even at that point, 1:41. This is insane. Again, another trade here. NX going to find DRP up 2 numbers. As the spawn comes through, it's now 1. Is still holding on here. Freedom Charge could be matched right back by Dudu, who is essentially waiting till the perfect time, and there's the match.
Oh my god, that's 3 assembles that we just heard in a minute.
There. Taro Cookie being down is very scary. Hold on the front line, literally at the spawn door. Vital
nice
is going to keep
dodge
pressure
and
on
push.
point, though. He's played a crazy Bucky.
Oh, they died.
Lastro finds Mash, though, and that's 1 for Crazy Raccoon again. And there is
Mash
that
almost
play
had
on
ult, too.
Agamotto launch. It finds 1. Down under, comes in with a feast who cannot hold on for long. And that is going to be a W for Crazy Raccoon, who pulls down OUG and does not give them their first win at LAN.
What a way to finish. You know,
I think they just took out OUG. Now OUG's out.
And if you're Crazy Raccoon, what a way to make your mark.
I don't think they can, because look, if you look at this, the full red teams are already out. So notice how this is only red, but if OUG won, they were still going to be in, what do you call it? They make it. These teams are all green, so they made it. So I think even if 100 Thieves loses today, I think they made it. Citadel is not fully green. Chopper Mag and Reject are not fully green. Envy could still make it as well because they're not fully red. But this team is out because they have a -8.
Milan could not stay on that fist for long. The switch there on the attack clearly worked out, and Vital with 20 finals.
You know what? If you're in the chat right now, go ahead and drop like a clap hands emoji, because both these teams, again, battle of adjustments. These are teams that did not go in fully into this LAN with their full teams that they qualled with. And we saw two teams that looked locked in step there, especially at the end of Crazy Raccoon. I mean, can I get like a caster push through on some of these teams? I want them to make it to the main stage, man. So much fun for them.
Crazy Raccoons won, right, chat?
It's going to be a goodbye to them, you know, with things how they are shaking out. Most likely, again, things can adjust, but that's how it is looking in this picture currently. As
wait,
we take a look
why does it say over Ultra G?
I mean, again, a ton of fun to watch. Happy to have this be the first cast over here, heading in to map 3, and it looking like
OUG. Okay, sorry. I didn't even know what OUG meant. Sorry, I don't even know what OUG meant. Who won? Crazy Raccoons, right?
That dive, that aggression there has been obscene. It just really seemed to work out for them, and they were able to switch up as a team that hasn't been together for
I don't think Crazy Raccoons can make it, chat. I think they're actually done.
Yeah, honestly, it's just the adjustments from Crazy Raccoon. It felt like they knew where to go, and it felt
look,
like
now both of these teams are full red.
Vanguard difference was what I noticed there on that last map. You just didn't have any room to give, and it was either the Venom going down early due on that point 1 went down before the Venom, right? And they just could not find that momentum early. Iron Fist could do what they can on the offensive side, but it was the adjustments like the team did with the roster on the field got them the dub.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's over. Yeah, they took him out.
Vanguards, when you're going in.
Hey, appreciate it, Tap.
You saw how successful Vital was.
I don't. Even if CTG loses, I think they.
On these
I think they still make it. I think.
Get to the point and then start building and healing around that, but. When you fall before you even get to the point, every time you're down 5-6, it is a totally different game, and that is the counter to that strategy, and Bucky needed to be removed.
Yeah, and if you have an NX player like that on Punisher that doesn't miss, yeah, good luck out. You can't out-heal it. It's done there. As we take a look at our standings, and again, unfortunately, we are going to see our bottom 2 seeds at this point. You know who is absolutely
I don't think it's possible.
Right now, Citadel Gaming fans. They were able now to easily qual in, and that is going to be such a different story for this team, because Citadel Gaming, talk about a team that came in here with all the confidence in the world. They have looked nothing like the team that we expected.
I think it is only no. I don't even think that's possible. The only way, if anything, Crazy Raccoons has to 2-0 Citadel, not drop a single map. And then both teams would be 2-3, 2-3. They would be 4-6. Oh, sorry, they'll be 4-7. They would be 4-7, and their -2 will become -4, and their -4
all these teams together.
will become -2.
It can be any given day, and as we saw right there with Crazy Raccoon.
And what I want to see is Crazy Raccoon. They already knew they were out, and they gave OUG obviously their best. Hey, if you're OUG, you still have the game against Citadel, and if you're Citadel, you're already in. But guess what? Show that you can get right back on the track. You have to go in with a clean dub to feel confident at the end of things.
No,
here.
chat.
Look into, again,
day 3.
This has been building that foundation.
Day 3. Citadel against OUG. They play today
on Halloween on Friday, so we'll be looking for that. Guys, we have another great matchup. If you thought that was crazy, man.
I know.
Navi FlyQuest, are you kidding me, Shib?
Yeah, I can't wait for that matchup,
I think they're out. There's no way for them.
Yeah,
I don't know. It still could be a good game though, but yeah.
Protect your ball king.
I think they're out. Yeah. Okay, chat, 5-second break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Oh shit, this is a 10-minute break. Holy fuck. FlyQuest against Navi. When I come back from the bathroom, I'm gonna start the predictions for that, okay? I'll be right back. Oh shit, I should have probably turned down the music when I left. Okay, chat, let's start the predictions. This is gonna be a good game. We have FlyQuest. Okay, FlyQuest against Na'Vi. Why is this gonna be a good game? Well, hold up, chat. The reason this is going to be a good game, if you guys are looking at this thing right here, FlyQuest is 3-0. They won 6 matches and they only lost 1. Like, maps, sorry. They are a +5. Na'Vi is currently 3-0 with 6 matches won, 6 maps won and 1 map lost. And they also are a +5. So we are seeing 2, not 1, not 2 of the best teams in the bracket right now going against each other. Yeah. No,
team out of it. You have Na'Vi, if you don't know, that was Rad Esports, won the mid-season final, small adjustment there, but really the same core team. And then on top of that, we've got FlyQuest and Shib. Dude, this is our first game both casting.
I know.
Right?
I haven't seen either of these teams in FlyQuest right now. Again, the battle for the first seed. This
Yo, let me get some of that money, bro. Holy shit.
The best here of this tournament: Sparksheet, Vess, Energy, Vision, Zelos, and Cooper, all of which are in the conversation for the best of their role, and that can be said as well for Na'Vi, and that's why this matchup means so much. Taking the #1 title, every single one of these players is incredibly strong.
Yeah, early on, I asked every single team who they thought, had the chance to win it, and a lot of the early say was Citadel.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the actual matches. Also, Vision was in our chat yesterday after his matches. He's it's pretty cool seeing the pros come here, chat.
For this team that has been the difference maker for them, but across the board, as we said, stacked with talent. For me, all the players here can play elite level play. Vess and Sparksheet insane on the Vanguard position. For me, Sparksheet's such a dominant Hulk. Seeing him adjust to these other roles, I think is where, at least if you are going to be Na'Vi, you want to look towards that direction.
Yeah, and then you look over to the duelist line, which is one of the, we talk about good duelist combos, and I would say that Energy is obviously insane on virtually every single, hero in terms of the duelist role, but then you also have Vision, who comes in as one of the best Namors, which enables that Hella Namor combo that's a little bit more slept on, or at least underutilized right now in this tournament.
Young stud. I mean, Energy is literally just now, I think he's 17.
That's
crazy, man, when you look at it. And if we're going to keep it a buck, man, this team, they have everything they need to win this whole thing. Their only enemies themselves, and the pressure behind it. Everyone's saying, if they can continue through and not have the nerves.
Yo, we need a new Bucky skin, chat. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Teams have to take an L today, and we are going to find that answer for you folks as we buckle in for an absolute awesome matchup. Again, FlyQuest, who we just looked at. Now let's take a look at Na'Vi.
Yeah, I mean, Na'Vi, we've had the chance to speak with them at Midseason Worlds, and this team is so cohesive, and they've got more pickups. I mean, this team is so good at that dive composition. You got Rajaro, Fate, Jerky, level 1 Crook, Trust Me, and Naga. And level 1 Crook was the MVP, obviously, the Midseason Worlds, running a mean Mantis and that backline in general. But then you also have the entire frontline that looks insane. Like, Trust Me runs not only bans, but runs plays, runs comms, and everybody just fully, trusts him, and they do combo well on these one-shot compositions.
Yeah, I still have the confetti in my shoe from when I was welcoming him on stage and giving Crook the congratulations from him. And you know what? That addition now, because they did have a little bit of roster mania happen, Jerky coming to this team has been electric. This man is more.
It's always funny seeing what the gamers do for like the intros and stuff.
Against their fellow EMEA rival here in Citadel that we see now, and looking at it.
We need an old man Bucky costume. That's what we need. True.
So popular, as I like to give him the call. And yes, they just,
you know what? I'm standing.
Not a lot of weak points for this team. No. You see them sound, you see them ready to answer the call. It's the coordination leadership to give them that edge as well.
Yeah, and I was going to shout out Naga, who's been playing a ton of the Star-Lord. That is a comp they really seem to like right now. They have Fate with Cloak sometimes, even running
my intro
for that
would be
mainline
me combing my hair.
Really seems to like that Terra Cloak for more damage, and that is not slept on in these comps. They've always been a damage boost composition team that finds ways to make that additional percentage of damage super valuable. That is their biggest strength. They honestly don't run triple that much either. 38% of their games they're running triple. Outside of that, it's more traditional, which just goes to show you that it is not always the answer.
Yeah, honestly, if I was going to highlight one thing about the team, if you look at mid-season finals, Envy absolutely walloped them in the first 2 times they matched up, and guess what? When it counted the most, right, that's when they won the whole thing. Yeah. That defines this team, I feel like, right? Like, it doesn't matter what happened at first. Adjust, get ready. Now, right now, they're undefeated, so it doesn't really matter all that much. We're going to see on this bin don't brick mentality between them. But yeah, look for the battle of the duelists and look for what's going to be a clash there on the Vanguard position. FlyQuest, we've highlighted they don't have weaknesses. Na'Vi, not much as well, and so it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and their strengths are different. Yeah! I really do believe that, and that's.
Ooh, I just felt like every bone in my body crack.
On top, we could highlight all players as you just saw them all performing across that reel right there, but it's just the question of, is this going to mess the momentum? The team that loses this, we talked about some of the best teams. Once they start losing, it kind of gets in their head, and it stays on that path. And
yo, Nick,
this is going to be that
25th. Appreciate the massive 60 months, my friend. How you doing?
God
damn.
Yeah, man, seeding matters so much when it comes to the big stage.
Appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day, my friend.
Na'Vi won't have the nerves up there. FlyQuest VP, the new to lands, when they hear the crowd cheering as we look at the eyes of Wakanda Bass gazing down.
True, Salamar, true.
You know what? Actually, we were just talking about this. We have
but it makes me not play the game, and I want to play the game.
So I'm excited to get eyes on each other. No, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do here. I mean, there is some diveable positions here, which which does favor a bit towards the side of Na'Vi. And again, folks, that is the team that took home the W at Midseason Worlds. And this team has not missed a beat here, as they are consistently winning across this tournament, a team that just really performs at these lands.
Yeah, good Jeff map right here.
Let's see this. Why are you standing? Because I sit down all day, and it's nice to stand.
FlyQuest can take some time to adjust here at the beginning of things, and so I want to see them attack the Vanguards head on as we have our
predictions. We already ran the predictions, man.
Imma, they want to take away from FlyQuest on the opposition now, and that's going to be Vess's role a little bit. We know he's a dangerous mag, but I like the Imma to, kind of get rid of the dive threat.
Yeah, I think that Vess really pops off on mag. I think he, in my personal opinion, one of the best mags in this game right now. Finds a lot of neutral picks and does not miss a ton of those meteors. Struggled a little bit yesterday on a few of the matches,
chat,
but
like I said, both of these teams are undefeated in their bracket right now.
As a player at this level, you need to take accountability and learn from your mistakes and not blame, right? It's all about taking accountability, and I think all of these players do that very well. Na'Vi as well, a team that when they lose have said to me, you know what, we just didn't show up and it's on us, and we're going to bounce back, and I think you need that. Both these teams incredibly strong, both of them undefeated. I'm so stoked for this as we say goodbye to Adam and Cap.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and get rid of the Loki there. Obviously, you don't want to have any of that damage boosting ability for the Mantis that they are going to be able to save. And with the Mantis there, that is going to fuel one man, the man full of energy over there, and what they can do with that damage up. We saw that work for success a little bit. For
can both teams ban the same hero?
Your best players, one
yes.
way to do it. Captain America, trust me, is an absolute.
But you cannot ban a hero that the other team saves. So if this team saves Psylocke and they ban Psylocke, this team cannot save Psylocke or
there's a lot to break down.
Ban it.
Yeah, I mean, another ban towards Trust Me with that Venom. They really like that damage boost Venom composition, so they do not want him to be able to make that happen. And again, in that more divey frontline is where Trust Me feels comfortable, so removing that is going to be the play.
Yeah, you know what, Blaine's right in there with the ban. I gotta say, we see this a lot where teams attack one player, right? You try to find the weak point, kind of like the pillar, the foundation, if you will, of the team, and not saying the most limited hero pool, but like the biggest difference maker, if you will, on what to get rid of early. And that's
I think the next match on the other broadcast is Virtus Pro against AC, and the AC is like 0-4, and they haven't won a match yet, so I think that game's gonna go pretty fast.
Na'Vi and FlyQuest is gonna be there down below. Energy on the Psylocke, I expected that. Jerky v Energy, man, is going to be pure cinema.
And we begin right now, setting the pace here on Domination as we see the rotation there. FlyQuest versus Na'Vi. Who comes out on top?
I start predictions for you guys for 5 minutes. If you guys missed that whole 5-minute window.
It doesn't always count, quote unquote, but I'll tell you what, it
I
does
can't help
definitely
you guys.
get the momentum shifted in your favor as we start off. Right now, composition's on screen. It looks like FlyQuest is going to put Spark Chief over there on that Venom that Trust Me loves so much. And we will be seeing Vess on that Magneto. Vision, very, very strong on that Jeff. Some big plays off map. Energy on that Psylocke. Zelos on the Invis. And on Na'Vi's side.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it here on Na'Vi, I got to say, with this altogether, best of 3.
Oh my god, stop this, stop this, stop this, stop this. I'm getting fucking dizzy, bro. What the hell are we watching, bro?
For Crook here is going to be a look that I want to go ahead and try to focus on early. Fate has been able to swap over to a lot. Cloak's been a comfort pick there as of late, but the Raccoon is so good here in the Dom early. Best, I will say, is my favorite Magneto. Can absolutely go crazy with those meteor M's, and what he can do in the neutral. Trust me though, showing off right away. Na'Vi being aggressive. Hey, listen, as you know Na'Vi says, they're showing it right here.
And we begin now with a dive early on here from Spark Chief, forcing out that E early on. Good tackle there as a good escape once more from Energy. Trust me, like a very strong Emma. Not always as frequent, but very, very consistently strong. A ton of damage out towards the backline of Vision, who was able to escape in that moment. And the pressure is being held here by Fly, but very low in HP, because that is what Emma does. Bully that front line. Very low again. The spin to win here from Jerky. Going to find one. Trust me, on the Zelos. And they will retake this point early on, or hold this point, excuse me, and get that percentage
started. Trust me, just like held W and just killed everyone.
Hey, one team up available, one not. When you have the Echoes rolling for Raj, for Jerky, Energy, it's going to be tough to match. And so he highlights that early. It's going to go over to the Hela. Tough to match that, right? The Echoes can just speed you up so quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in that. Not only do you get double shields there from Rajaro on that Magneto, but you can have essentially almost an invisibility iframe there from Jerky when you're on that Psylocke, and it helps you win those 1v1s immensely. So there is going to be that switch up, and Vision also going to be making the switch to that more traditional comp we've mentioned before with that Hella Namor. Energy already going to find one through the Psylocke. Jerky not able to make that happen as Vess finds that neutral pick without using an ultimate again. FlyQuest turning this right back in their favor. They just have to get this point early if they want to turn a better chance. 36%. Trust me, going to commit ult here. Energy going to find one. Crook comes right back from the res. The BRB from Fate. Trust me, still holding this space and owning for as long as possible. And that's exactly what they're looking to do as they now bring out the dance floor here from level 1 Crook to bide even more time and get the team back.
Yeah, they're really committing. Oh, wow! Legend was dead. I mean, what an
Energy's fucking good, bro.
Pop from Energy there. If he doesn't nail that, it's most certainly going to be the end of the Goddess of Death, but instead, the 1-2
Energy clean, chat. Energy clean.
I didn't love that commit early there from Trust Me with the seduction. I get what they were trying to do in the stall, and then they all went with it, right? Crook into obviously what Naga was trying to do as well, but man, FlyQuest not only got the point back, locked and loaded as well, buddy.
Yeah, I think the idea there was they were just going to wait on ults as long as humanly possible, hoping that the team would be able to get back to point and still have that dance floor, at least keeping the rest of the team up on point. But, I mean, again, just some really good focus on damage there, giving them the lead. Rajaro now going to walk forward and try to take this back quickly.
Why do you have your hands in your pants?
Still a decent hold on point 1. Out goes the CF from Fate that is deleted instantly. Cooper going to match up right back on Mantis. Here goes a big meteor. Does this land? Weak and throws. Tries to get an off angle. Rajaro not able to make that work as Vess, Cooper, and the rest walk backward together. Zelos now going to be playing behind the shield. Still, the team in the side of FlyQuest doing a great job on that retake, dropping back and resetting. Everyone healthy once more as Vision and Energy now get 2. FlyQuest looking lights out on the comp that they know and love and has not been banned out. Still going to keep the pressure as Energy gets a 2-piece. But level 1 Crook finds Vision. Energy again, why don't you make it 3? Are you kidding me?
Gets a passive pop on that on top on Raj there. Now, if you're looking at what they do, the adjustments made so quickly. You know Energy loves his side lock, but he's like, you know what? Let me go with the Hella, get that mid-range battle going. The sight lines are easy, especially when the walls are broken here. That's what you want to see here from FlyQuest.
Looking like an angry dad of watching his son play football.
Moments away
I'm just
from the
chilling, bro. I'm just a chill guy right now. What's wrong with this
Navi to try to match that back as Naga is going to be on that Phoenix now to try to find a different solution. Again, FlyQuest did a very good job after losing points.
Is this what you want me to be like?
Composition. Now Navi
is this better for you guys?
Find their answer to do it right back at them. Level 1 Crook holding on with the dance floor. Trust me here with that psionic seduction. But you see Energy got us a death. You do have that invisible boundary. You have the meteor M and the horde coming in. The big old whale to land on top. So there's a lot of answers right now. Let's see who comes out on top. Vess.
That's what he does best, right? I mean, he just continues to get that neutral pick early. Jerky, I wanted to see them try to either get Cooper's ult out or just try to get him out of the match entirely there with 70% and climbing. That's a huge one to get unable to climb up for that next bit of sustain. Trust me, gonna get Energy the biggest threat on the field. That's gonna certainly open up things, but Vision looks to make this a tougher take than they wanted. Best with the neutral as well. They're getting it done the old-fashioned way, Ship.
Are you kidding me? Still, I thought they overcommitted there. I didn't think that was worth it, but they're still holding on point, and out goes an answer from level 1 Crook, forcing that out. Naga gonna be ready here soon with the Unsung Inferno to come in heavy. Nobody falling just yet. They're coming back with the portal immediately, and they're still holding point. Vess gonna find Rajaro once more. Come on now, Vision onto Jerky, and they take map 1.
The V's getting it done, bro.
Navi started this map out fucking absolutely insane with
that's all they needed there.
Trust me, running it down mid with Emma, but they kind of just got reverse rolled. What standing desk do you have? I have no idea. I just know it's from Costco.
Cylinders, man, they are scary.
Yeah, I mean, Navi has looked so good throughout this whole tournament, but I'm telling you, this seems to be a comp that FlyQuest just can't get a hold of. If they get a hold of this composition,
16-2, 13-1.
Like Energy, who's got 7 finals, or even Vess
14-1 from Vision.
I don't even doubt that they're going to put some damage boost there, because why not? Vess is so consistent in these neutrals. 13.
Oh yeah, Chocolate. When you come over, what we might do is we might go to dinner, do some board games here, probably go to Topgolf. We'll figure some stuff out.
Before it was cool. I mean, this guy has been playing Namor for so long on
Shroud X.
Back in the day was the best. We really see the best Namor, and now he's able to play it into a meta so favorable. And when you have Energy for the team up, man, on Hella, they do go for a different look here, though. And so they're gonna. I think what they're predicting here is Navi's gonna adjust. So let's go and adjust to it as well. And guess what? They guessed perfectly. They switched back over. Naga went over to the Atom, so we did have a Jeff look for a second. They might switch back after they see that again.
Oh shit! I should probably tell.
They love using that speed boost out the door too, which is another one of those niche like smart things to do. So always smart to pop that Jeff up for a moment, but they're very, very strong on that Jeff either way. So it's always an option for them, exactly like you're saying.
Out what time
now Cooper does have one ult available here with the Resurgence ready to launch, but Rajaro's Meteor M could be the answer to that if it finds value. Coming in heavy, Smart Chief doing a great job here on the Venom, just drawing attention. Use those cooldowns. E-Pop maybe a little bit too early. Rajaro coming in heavy on Energy Hoop with a great escape there with a very fast bird. Jerky gonna take out Vision, try to get point early on as Navi is up a number now. Make that 2 on a Zelos. Do I see 3 here from Jerky? Oh, no I don't. As Energy turns that right back. Rajaro gonna find Cooper, and Naga gonna bring back Fate and more.
An absolute Grim Reaper himself on the top end there. And it was good to get Vision out early. You know, they're going to go with the into the
splash, we only hit one pause today. Only one pause.
That is
hey, we're on a good track right now. We're on a good track.
FlyQuest. This is just a matchup 2 on fire. Even the servers can't take it. I gotta take a little second of a break here. But yeah, breaking down what we saw, at least Navi looked to get right back on track. For me, man, it's just how dangerous FlyQuest is in the pure mechanics in the neutral.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing, though, so far from Navi. Them switching over to that Warlock comp has already shown success. It adds a little more hit skin to the back there from Naga and the Res, right? They saw value on some of those ults.
I got Korova to use the pumpkin skin for Jeff today if he plays Jeff.
That's what they do best. Navi does a great job of stalling the point, and that's where on first map, when I saw them lose it like 45%, I was like,
gotta get in.
It's not looking so right with their comp, and they must need to change stuff up, but they found the answer, at least so far.
Yeah, the answer for that was Energy throwing a couple thorns and getting rid of Naga there pretty quickly. You know, for me, you got to highlight something huge. There was one roster change, and it was Melio going from Navi over to Citadel, right?
Yeah.
Guess who was the add-in player for that? Melio. Yeah. So now you have this kind of new adjustment for Navi to try to get things rolling. And Melio did play a big part on that team, so it's going to be interesting as we continue to see them. Obviously, none of them have been defeated yet, so we're seeing these two teams facing stranger tides, if you will, between it. And this is
whoa, no, wait.
Matchup here.
Melio went to Citadel.
I mean, again, I think
Citadel's 2-2 now.
Strong. Both sides are looking strong, but you know who else
is strong right now?
That is Namor. As we look over towards Namor's new skin, personally, if you're a Namor main, I would.
I run Shib is he's been in our games before. He's also a caster.
New skins obviously in this Halloween season.
Same with Cozy.
Dia de los Muertos style, looking beautiful.
Oh, that Spanish tongue was good there, Shib. Al caliente, my friend. As you look at the dance, the move, and the shake there, giving little Coco vibes as well. Love to see it here. But yeah, man, overall, I mean, what a great hero to highlight with what we saw from
Wait, do I not have my Blazer?
Wait,
chat. See, let me give me a second. Let me see if I have mine. This is a great skin. Do not disrespect that skin. That is a great skin.
Yeah, a little bit of a sound change there, too, on this skin. But, yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to switch comp up or they want to say this. Look at these squids, man. How cool is that?
And the sound effect there is awesome from the whale as well. Just a little bit more of that echo. And hello, can we get this map? What map are we on here? I would love to see this nice little bit of, again, tip to the homage of what they're called back into. And again, the Pumpkin Jeff we saw earlier, Jeff O'Lantern, what a name. What a hero. But yeah, listen, when it comes to what we're seeing early in the matchups, trust me, and as that anchor of the team, you just talked about them having that sustain, I think they've been able to identify that pretty early.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I don't know if Fly is going to need to change comp again. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing how they adjust. They now have seen the new comp that they're going into. Do they want to try to go in there heavy, or do they want to go back and readjust the composition? Because the Adam Warlock adds a whole new element to the game.
No, for sure. And one of the reasons I pointed out the Jeff swap early, obviously, yeah, for that particular fight was the bubble to get them out. But what a great answer to Adam typically is just the quick Jeff hunting for the prey, as it typically is. Energy left alive, 2 on that last map. We're going to see if he's able to sustain and not get that early stagger for the team, because the rest of them are just moments back. Again, we're setting the stage for whenever we do go into our map once again. But yeah, it has been kind of the effect of what Energy can do on the opposition. And, you know, I expect him to flex over back to Psylocke if things do get a little bit rougher than right now it's going their way.
Yeah, that's not a bad answer. I think Phoenix is pretty good too, because obviously when you come back from Warlock All, for those who don't know, you have 80% additional HP, and that's that overhealth. If you come in with Phoenix at the right time, all that's immediately deleted, and you're doing damage as well, and then it's very, very dangerous to try to you essentially just put them in a very dangerous position. It's very readable to know where that ult's going to be. It's all about positioning. It's all about timing. And one thing that we need to know, when you're playing Warlock, which I think some teams that maybe are less experienced running the Warlock hop, and that by no means is Navi, is essentially when do I ult? And if I do ult with Warlock, the team has to essentially end. You have to go in there and commit fully, knowing that that ult's available, because if you're positioning yourself for that fight, your team has to know that and fully commit.
Which is going to give an advantage to aggressive teams right off the bat. We were actually highlighting this a lot when we were checking out the VODs of yesterday and teams that did struggle. But again, 4, 3, 2, 1, we find
okay, let's get the casting
Warlock,
chat.
as we just said, with Naga on ult, ready to go, energy off that top end, and everyone else joining back into the fray as FlyQuest make their way back to this very point.
Oh God, I think I got a little bigger.
On the point is going to climb up, and they're going to go aggressive, man. Love to see it.
Yeah, and here we go now as Fate is holding on to that Fate of both worlds here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I should get my bow tie. Yo, we got 2 teams playing here. This looks pretty good. I mean, one team has 6 players. The other team does have 6 players.
Meteor here to make that shutdown. Maybe even
do I look like I got
coming in from Vision, which is launched right now towards the back line. It does land, but does not find too much. Just gets rid of a clone, or yes, actually one. As Star Chief comes in.
I saw that too. There was like an elimination, but none on there, and that was going to be more from it now as we continue to see
fatter
from above the AC 130 in the form of the Goddess of Death there, quickly getting the picks needed. Jerky, big one at that. Best does not miss these, but there's going to be a Magneto shield on top of the nice little move up there from
I got bigger.
Now looking at the shield up. The Surge is out. That's going to get the healing reduction. Rolling with it, Vision to find one, Best the other. Who needs the Meteor M when you got the old primary, my friend?
Yeah, another, just compliment to those neutral picks. Good positioning there to body block, or just not enable that additional percentage on point. 51% for Navi is not their traditional stall, but it is enough to give them a comfortable start here as we see Cooper ready with that resurgence. Vision with another whale.
It's not a children's
Jaro
extra small.
has an answer here with that Meteor Ram. Naga with the res though, and Jerky could be terrifying.
Just mad.
The scariest dance in the game, the dance of the butterfly.
Absolutely, and that's where the aim advantage is as important because of what Best can do there, and all together that damage up that they're getting from Mantis is a mistake we may not see again as we have the dance execution trying to find its
I can't take it off
we got Jerky instead going down. Nothing gonna be slashing about that, but now with the whale down, the splash zone is on, and the fear is out. Slam down is the dunk, and it's gonna find no one here as they rotate down there behind the stairs. Great job putting the pressure on his FlyQuest, but Navi has everything it takes skill-wise. Naga's had this ult for quite some time now, circling around the sun a couple of times. We'll see if they're able to break through. This is a team when they get the point, they can hold on typically as it's now 51-51.
If I want to reorder stuff from there.
Now
I like that brand.
Huge fight. We will see some Qs popped here. Fate and Naga ready, and again, this means that Navi will likely play very aggressively. There's nothing to lose when your team can come back heavy here with that Karmic Revival. Best building that ult does now have it. Energy Spark Chief as well, right on the same tail. Vision is going to find one on a Trust Me, and there will be that undead squid now as you're trying to just try to do enough damage.
I guess I got a little too swole, chat. It's been like, what, a year?
They're not always the best to burst down there. What I'm watching here with Best, look for him to break the image.
Oh, yeah, no, that was
you bought that because is what we're trying to see if he can land down. Best, though, not connecting on that one.
I guess I got a little too big. Maybe I should stop going to the gym.
Mantis, once again, going to be crook, keeping the team up back-to-back shows. Tough to land now as we're going to have Energy flying towards his objective, but Raj quickly finds and ends that fate. But once again, it's the Vision and the Chief that continue to give this team vision of the win here. 95% and climbing, going to go back to the point, but they will touch the 99, which is ever so important as they do look to restack and reload.
Yeah, that's all they were looking to do there.
He likes saying that, restack and reload a lot. He does say that term a lot.
Jerky, you got to find Cooper, making it a little bit slower. They're going to just bide time on this hold right here until the team is ready. Cooper should be back in a second now, right through, and as the team once again will re-engage, Navi is going to have Jerky with that ult. It looks like there is the drop back now, and the change right back is Energy going back to that Hela, and the team is now on the high side together, essentially making sure that they can't get held in that alleyway, which is a very difficult spot to push through, which is what we saw FlyQuest doing right after they took point. So now that the team's out here, but Rajaro gonna find one early, and that is a huge neutral pick. Vision though is gonna cancel Jerky.
Wow, he actually got that cancel.
Vision again with the whale. That was land. Up goes Rajaro, bang. But no, not gonna find one even through that ultimate. Once more, Vision now in a dangerous spot is gonna be a little bit low, but gets immediately healed back up. Best just playing around those shield cover, 97%, back and forth in OT.
Yeah, Best now is going to get the huge pick there on Fate. Big props to Navi being able to locate, knowing Energy's not going to stay on the Strange. Found him off and wandering there as the Hela, born again, ready again, win again, turning the wipe to a win potentially. Naga's going to pay the ultimate price for bringing his team back from the death. Raj going to find Vision. Big one at that. Best has hit these all the time. They're huge. They're huge, but they do not land that time. That was the quick shield able to protect the team. Now, trust me, once again, all
can the team up? No, Nemours team up cannot cancel ults, but if you kill someone while they're ulting, you cancel their ult. So he he used their team up, and it does damage, and he killed the person. Oh, no.
Eyes out, cries out, gets the team walking towards.
This is a good game, yo. This is a good game. We're on a map 3.
We're on a map 3. Institute. And this is going to be a heater. Everybody now, nerves through the ceiling, heading and fighting for the #1 seed, Na'Vi versus FlyQuest.
We knew it was going to be just an absolute bloodbath here. You know, I want to highlight again, to find energy there wandering off, because the strange portal went on. You would expect everyone to go through, but no, they're like, okay, we know the swap's going to happen. They've studied this team, found energy early. The momentum dies from there, right? And so that's exactly was the path to success. And you know, nothing able to land there for what they wanted in FlyQuest. Even with the early trade getting jerky out, you know, trying to do their best, their vision goes down. After
damn, Vest has a 70% accuracy on Magneto. This guy's fucking crazy, chat. I think.
Yeah, a lot more even across
Jesus
the board
Christ.
there for the side of, you know, FlyQuest. But again, I mean, this team is bouncing back. I think Na'Vi has found their solution. These teams are playing chess, and everybody else is playing checkers right now because they are consistently shifting comps and trying to find a way through it. And I'll tell you what, this is clearly working out for them. Even after losing that point at 51%, they bounce back, they stay calm, and they take home map 2. Cooper now going to reset on the high side, trying to deal some damage, get that ult charged quickly. Fate is going to have that ult there for Na'Vi.
What's CTK's mag?
I
don't know. I just remember I've always been impressed with Vess's mag though. Vess's mag is like very insane.
In this game currently of Marvel Rivals in the early scene, Spark Chief now swinging around trying to get some early pressure rolling. And yeah, to your point, they can either use this and try to save up the tank. They're trying to ult track and see what they have rolling on the opposition. Now it's going to be just right into the fray, popping the shield. Ooh, not a good swing there. Forced to take the elevator. The Venom does not want to do that. And the chase down, love to see. It's going to be Spark Chief suffering early. Can he get out? Doesn't look like it. Good play by the strategist, keeping him up and ready to go as the Arm of Dangerous lands down from Cherokee, trying to find that Kraken impact, having no impact this time around. Raj goes down, goes up. Another dip dodge. Getting out of there, the patches O'Houlihan south, Energy.
Energy is going to find one right after that, too, on Inaga, who likely has the resin. Yes, right back in it. Again, FlyQuest did a great job baiting out ultimates and not allowing them to get value. Energy is going to find Jerky now, just playing lights out here, finding these headshots. Cooper going to go down for Jean with some really good movement there.
A tank having that burst damage is crazy, right but Jesus.
As again, the res comes through here. The copied up, the double res composition here from Na'Vi.
Wait, they double res?
Problem.
I mean, we had, what, 2 Adams out there popping it at the same breath, if you will. That is absolutely
they double res, Chad, they double res ulted. Na'Vi doesn't look good right now, bro. Double fucking res?
Definitely gonna be a tough one at that.
A double support ult in a pro game?
You know, maybe Adam res now is what the comm was, and they both took it as their, you know, call here. Shib, Vest does that.
Yeah, brutal. Odds are Level 1 Crook had that copy or had been holding it, and maybe was in a spot where it was necessary. There, you know, there is some potential reasons as to why it happened like that, but yeah, that cannot be what is going
Level
on
1
here.
Crook dying too. Oh, Naga dying too.
Two immediately found up on this high side angle, throwing those squids out. And you know what happens when you land those squids? Undead squids pop out and the team just starts walking in. Wow, FlyQuest with 30% on now and Na'Vi in a dangerous position.
This is one of the hardest maps whenever you get pushed into the spawn just to readjust, right? I mean, there's so little room for error. You can take the high ground as these Namors and Hellas to rain down quite literally the hell from above. Vest able to continue to have a defensive approach too. And again, when you lose both those strat ults, now you just have to completely rely on Fate to sustain you through it. Vest can delete that if so chooses and lands. And Vision, though, getting a little low, forced to pop the important blessing to the deep as he finds himself looking for the prey, and they're all calling on Vest and Vision right now.
Good positioning here by Sparchi, Fate, and Trust Me going to come in heavy. Down goes Vision early. Well done by Na'Vi as they're continuing this pressure forward. Trust Me getting a few trans, but it is not enough. Vest in a dangerous spot potentially. Oh, thinking about kicking down into the basement to divide more time. It's essentially a forced stagger again. Rajaro going to find energy though as down goes Spark Chief, just trying to stay on the point for as long as
Marvel
possible.
Rivals just tweeted that there's a new patch.
And will give them that take.
Vest has 1 health. He's had 1 health, just struggling to find health back that whole time, and he does at that. That was a good recap, man. Actually, a very solid win for Na'Vi. That needed to win with just the neutral.
Oh, never mind. It's just like a bunch of fixes.
Almost out as well. Naga does find the best of him. That is a brutal blow when you look at things here. And when you go in and measure what we have ult economy-wise, again, just slow down here, FlyQuest. You're up 72% if you need it. But Na'Vi, I'm just blown away with the continued resilience of this team. Again, we showed it there against what they did on
so smart.
Now here they are again.
Yeah, they're just so smart. I mean, they don't overcommit there. They don't use strategist line ults when it looks even dicey, even if they lose one to a pick, because they know they're still up in numbers. I mean, again, this team is just so cerebral. That is their strength, and they consistently find value in that, and that's how they win their maps.
Why don't you sit down in your chair?
Heavy, though, with these
because I want to
stand. It's going to be matched right back.
I have a standing desk.
More value with these Qs. Jerky going to start off here early on. Everybody going to stack together to make sure that doesn't get too much value. Cooper pops all at the same time, though, and now the team's got to walk heavy as Vest finds Naga, and that's not a good. Another double stack as energy hits the sky. Vest
Wait, did they double stack ults
with
again?
The whale, but Vest lands on Fate, who does have an ult, and that is another huge trade for them. As Naga
that was on FlyQuest.
And brings the team with it.
Yeah, Energy trying to locate where that was happening, and yeah, both one seats here essentially.
Is the chair broken? Yeah, my chair's broken.
Not what you want to see, but you know what? Hey, blow for blow, it's gonna match. History finds a way to repeat itself. Vision is gonna get the hit there on Crook, and Energy continues to get it done. And wow, what a quick putback.
Wow.
Ults do not matter right now. I mean, they're just able to throw down. We're just seeing mechanics at the finest level of play, Shib.
Yeah, FlyQuest is looking lights out, but so is Navi. One of the things that I like just to call out here is, yes, they do have that Luna, which they are switching now over to Cloak, but the double res makes a lot of sense because when you have this amount of anti-heal on Fly, or the healing reduction, a lot of these strategist line ultimates aren't as worth it as bringing them back into the fight. So a really good comp, but once again, they just got to show up and take this back. FlyQuest, though, holding on to the point right now, 93% and counting, 73 there for Navi. No ults available. There's been a lot of value in the neutrals throughout these battles as Spark Chief has a huge slam, bringing up the back line.
Yeah, it's looking like FlyQuest is going to have a lot of ult economy just advantage here. Cooper's going to be right here, and if I'm them, pop the undefeatable right away. There's not going to be something to match it. You just saw all those other ults come off cooldown. Vision, though. They don't need it. Friends, gather around. FlyQuest, gather around me, Cooper says, as they continue the relentless effort. FlyQuest takes
FlyQuest
against Navi. It's the best versus the best, and we found the results on map 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a comp that I think we will see changed up. They are so dominant there with that team up with Hella Namor and Navi. You know, I liked the idea of their solution.
I thought they were going to
don't really go down that route where healing means everything. Instead, just res the team and consistently fight and try to stay on point. But the problem was there's some overcommitment. There was some double stacking ults. But what do you know? The Magneto here in this tournament that's looked insane. Vest coming through with the MVP.
Once again, just farms it. And yeah, you know, when it comes to
show me the stats.
You know, ulting at the same
Vest 35-4, 17 final hits, 70% accuracy on Magneto. He might actually be Magneto. Energy 38-5 with 19 final hits. Vision as well, 41-5. Damn. Jerky 13-14. Bro, that's not how he usually plays. I'm surprised.
There as we take a quick look at the highlights and what we saw there. 38-41.
That is not usually how Jerky plays. Jerky usually, when I see him on the ladder, he fucking rolls, bro. He rolls. Okay, chat, I gotta go to the bathroom. Deciding game for MV and Chopper Mag in 8 minutes. No, but this game is good too.
A lot of success in midseason from Navi on Dom. They do a great job stalling point, but some big plays here in these neutrals are what brought FlyQuest out on top. So many neutral picks there from this crazy combination.
And one thing I think Navi does so well is their team coordination.
Oh, sorry.
When you have domination,
I gotta go to the bathroom,
chat. Mechanical matchup, right? It's almost just like pure raw talent, a bloodbath, as we like to say. When you go to these other game modes, that's where a lot of other attributes can shine, and that's how they won that midseason final. So expect them to bounce back. They get to pick the map as well, as we have an electrifying matchup here. Match number 2, Atlanta, Georgia. Ship, Cozy, bringing it to you.
Come on now, this has been insane already, and this is what the battle for 1 seed here in this bracket can look like. Again, Navi and Fly duking it out in every single one of these maps exactly like we wanted, and I'm telling you, I'm having a ton of fun. I can't wait to see what they choose on map 2.
Air guitaring over here, man. No Luna song right now, just jamming it out. And listen, guys, this is our kind of early preview potentially of what we will see there on the biggest stage, literally the biggest stage in Rivals history to date, coming in just a couple of days here as they get ready, y'all. Listen, we need a breath of air here after we just saw an absolute crazy domination. So reset, reload. We'll see you in just a second. We're going to take a quick break.
ones have what it takes to become the best of the best.
The fight is gonna happen right here, right now.
Hey, we're FlyQuest.
We're here in Atlanta.
And you're watching Marvel Rivals Grand Finals.
Of that energy, the energy not on the shop, but that was like you're watching Disney Channel vibes, kind of like, you know, you're watching FlyQuest. Hey, listen, man, Na'Vi has everything it takes to make this thing back interesting, and I cannot wait to see the talent unfold here as we continue on to what is this absolute awesome matchup. Easily, for me, talent-wise, the matchup of the day.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun just to witness the raw, like you're saying, talent on these teams in their various hero picks, and they've been rotating. Again, it's a chess match with these teams, and again, we talk about the cerebral picks of Na'Vi. They always have a solution. I liked what they were doing. It just couldn't quite execute it at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I'm just like, I love being a fan of this game. You know, like, it's so easy to cast when you just love what you're watching, and at the highest level of play, I'm like writing it down. I'm like, all right, okay, if I plan on playing Hell, I'm just going to follow what Energy did there, vice versa. Trust me on the cap. So cool to see it all put together. Big ban phase. I think we're going to see some adjustments for Na'Vi as well.
Yeah.
And maybe how they approach, you know, we saw that in the last matchup. Get rid of the name or the Hella if needed.
Yeah, and again, just talking about like just being a fan of this while we're casting, you guys should see us. We're just pumping each other, hyping each other up. It's just a ton of fun to witness. But now, again, folks, for those who do not know, this is going to be a selection from Na'Vi in terms of mode and map, either Convoy or Convergence. So it's balls in their court. It's all dependent on what they want to choose, and they have a lot of set plays and some huge just cerebral team comps. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they try to run and what they change in terms of their bans against Fly.
100%, the Emma, I think, is not going to be banned this time around because it just doesn't have as big as an impact. We just showed it there. You cannot give the damage up to FlyQuest. And Vest is like, fine, I'll play Magneto.
Yeah.
Favorite Marvel Rivals caster? I think they're all fantastic casters.
The Loki ban followed by the Mantis save, and it just kind of opens everything else up for that pick ban phase, y'all. Listen, we saw a lot of Adam Warlock. I like to call it Marvel Zombies because it's kind of rising from the dead there. And speaking of Marvel Zombies, an absolute insane game mode added. If you have not played, I mean, this has been all the buzz around the block.
Yeah, I've had hands-on with this PvE mode, and it's been a ton of fun to play as I was up there on the leaderboard for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, Blade is the MVP here, man. Blade is absolutely disgusting. If you're having a tough time in the old Nightmare 4, Blade is the answer to it. You can build up buff stacks and ready to go. I mean, this pretty much looks like what we've seen Punishers, at least in this tournament, without the buffs. But, man, what an insane cool mode.
Yeah, and, you know, we saw a little Magic. You know, maybe we'll see some more of Magic. We're still definitely up in the conversation for playable, maybe even in that meta.
I didn't know that if you pop those. I didn't know if you pop them, they blow up and kill
your way through the difficulties.
The people.
Go to a more endless mode as you head to a 20-round mode and try to get through some of these bosses. This is so much fun to play. Make sure you get hands on. I know the audience has been loving it, and I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, give it a chance because it is a blast.
Dude, because here's the thing, no question, Marvel Rivals represents Marvel Heroes the best I've seen in any video game. And you know, hero shooters, people vibe with it, they love it, but people just want to play their favorite hero, and that's what you get to do here in Marvel, the Zombies. Getting this PvE mode, I think, you know, testing the waters a little bit. Guess what? They found a huge fish here because everyone is loving it. We want more, Nettie.
Yeah.
True.
I've been seeing the feedback consistently. Give us more heroes, give us more maps, because I'll tell you what, these devs just consistently find ways to shake up the way this game works, whether it's patching, whether it's new maps, whether it's new heroes, or adding a mode like a PvE mode that has been insanely successful in terms of just numbers and fun. Like, I just have so much fun on this, and that, you know, finding more ways to play this game and still having a good time.
Gym. That's why she's not here.
No, for sure, and it's a good cycling of game modes that we've had. You know, we've going back all the way to the Big Brain Blast, and we've had the Ultron Auto Chess, if you're a fan of that. You know, I believe that will come back eventually with even more fine-tuning, and so excited to see, you know, them kind of, again, test the water, see what, you know, the audience is like here. And again, you're looking at the charts, it's booming right now with Marvel, Zombies, and Rivals. But again, speaking of it, I do expect to see Zombies ourselves here with more of that Adam comp, what we've kind of come to see.
Yeah, I mean, that comp is definitely in the meta. There's no doubt about it. But like, apparently it's not always the end-all be-all solution, because even through with that, you know, we talked about even zombie comp, talk about the zombie squids out there, right? Every single time you got a pick there with Vision, it would just bounce right back. So let's go back and you and I, you talked about how they got to change the ban phase here to go against Fly. Again, this is going to be Na'Vi's selection in map. What do you think they're gonna? You know,
I think we're taking it to Asgard. I'm pretty sure Na'Vi does like themselves an Yggdrasil path. If I were to expect something to happen here, it could be that map that we see.
Okay, sorry, I was buying Emily something that she wanted from IKEA for her birthday, so
I wouldn't say it's like
we got something from IKEA, chat.
Best or anything like that. FlyQuest kind of, you know, they're good around the board, but Na'Vi, I expect to go that way. side, they could take it over here to Hall of the Jolly as well, or just throw us a complete
What
curveball.
you get? She
We're
wanted
actually
a she wanted a
guys, that is
thing for her stream room,
It was one or the other I thought was going to go, and again, we get the pleasure.
like a bookshelf or something.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this map, and I haven't had a lot of eyes on it throughout this cast, so I'm stoked to see it back-to-back here in our 2 matches together, but it does lend itself a lot to that 3-2-1
You gonna build it? Yes, sadly, I have to. I fucking hate building shit, bro. Somehow I always fuck up and, like, use the wrong screw for the wrong area, and then, like, I have to, like, take it apart and shit. I hate it.
Because, you know, if you leave Magneto open, typically Vest is going to be on that Magneto.
Sure, for
Jay,
sure.
did you beat Nightmare 4? Yes. I'm pretty sure I have a YouTube video on it.
Here now. Also, this leans to the aggressiveness of Navi, right? Try to get that point 1 immediately. If I'm then go on offense first. Sometimes the team that picks usually likes the other team to go on offense, but you go on offense first. We're seeing that right here, right now. Here's the deal. Energy on Hella. Point 1, it's just not there. It's so tough to get those sightlines. So bring that aggression into momentum, make them struggle early on point 2. You can get that point just as easily. Now we continue to see they're going to go with that Imma ban once again to slow down and stop.
That's pretty cool. Building your own guitars.
Here, and now we're finding ourselves with the same probably Loki ban here.
Bro, I get lost when I go to IKEA when I went to go pick up my desk.
And trust me, obviously, is a very, very strong Emma player.
IKEA's fucking massive, bro.
Allow that Namor composition to come back through here with
IKEA's huge.
That high side, even on defense,
Funny enough, when I went to IKEA in Sweden, actually,
to Mantis and Venom again, so they don't have
it wasn't that big.
One-shot combination.
Oh, Cal's in, nice.
Damage boost with Mantis.
If this game finishes before the other one's done, we'll go watch the other one.
Take out anyone through any combination immediately, but when you double damage boost like that, but outside of that, even the damage boost alone from Mantis with your all will take out various heroes and the backline instantly, so you can just press the Q button.
Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing? How you doing?
Manned out once more. So again, the double dive Vanguard removed, and I think that's a good decision. But goodbye to that Hella, exactly like we thought.
Exactly. It was either the Namor or the Hella. I think the Hella is definitely the answer to get there. Vision is going to lean over to the Shark if they do have that available, and with that save there. You know, Zealous plays a good Shark as well, but with Vision not having to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to one that was, I don't know. That's how I basically I was in Sweden for Thanksgiving, and that's basically how I spent my Thanksgiving by
yeah, again, they're learning.
Eating
we knew that was going to be the case.
Meatballs
in here. I'm curious.
in Sweden. I was at the Overwatch Champion Series for the OWCS. How you doing, Dad? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, looking at our last save from each side of things, we've got the Psylocke going to the lower half, which we saw Jerky do plenty fine with the ban on the top end. And the last bit of business they can pull, maybe go Mag, don't let them have that full echo hit, but no, if I'm them, you're going to go
What is it, meatballs and like lingonberries or something?
Yeah, I mean,
that
there's
is
a lot of
good.
mapping potential early on attack.
That is
there
good.
With Jeff, even on defense, so looks like that is going to be what we're seeing removed so far. Lock in, obviously, of the Jeff, and it looks like you're saying what you're saying was correct. Vision likely going to be on that Jeff and has found some big games here in this tournament so far, helping them take home some of these wins, but we'll see a little bit of a same composition in terms of just having a lot of bodies coming back after getting KO'd.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. There was one place in Sweden that we went to as well that served meatballs with any, it was like any type of meat. We had bear meatballs, we had chicken meatballs, we had pork meatballs, we had regular cow meatballs, we had I'm pretty sure there was elk as well, there was deer, there was
defensive end. We got energy over to the Phoenix.
I think I said bear. Yeah, it was fucking amazing. Actually, it's in the vlog. It's in my vlog on the IRL channel. If you guys go watch the IRL channel.
You know, no raccoon though. You sometimes see that on the defensive end to get that huge insult.
No, it wasn't IKEA. It was a different place.
Jump out to you.
It was like a famous spot.
It's also an answer to Rocket, right? I mean, when you do get rid of that Sia instantly there with Phoenix and still find value through it, it's impactful. We talk about the damage boost composition that we've seen from some of these teams, and when there's a low ceiling, you can use Phoenix with Rocket together on the same team to instantly almost KO virtually everyone, because that 40% damage boost is huge, and when you can't break the Phoenix as it's coming down from a low ceiling, it's very detrimental, but it is very niche, and it's forced on specific windows and locations, and holding an ult for something like that is tough to do, so haven't seen a lot of it in this tournament so far. Wow, using the jump there. To get up top, very, very smart. That's actually so smart as a unit. Everybody playing on this high side as one is so cool to see, but he is immediately pushed off. So they've clearly been doing their homework.
Yeah, can't get back up there after that. Yeah. Off. And, you know, listen, we have the two Jeffs pretty much in this entire tournament here with Vision and Fate, right? So Vision look out to be a big threat here for them. And when you talk about that top-hit approach out, now it's going to be, trust me, trying to go on the lower half of things. And again, this kind of just closes off sight lines if you're trying to hide from energy, seeing the rotation up there. Jerky has his job and his assignment. We'll see if he continues to do that. And look at Spark Chief. I love the aggression, but man, that was a big commitment.
Yeah, big commitment, and on defense, being down a number like that when you have no way right back into the fight is going to force your team to retake, and they are switching spawn essentially in terms of how they're going to attack, but being this separated is dicey.
They got to go to point, bro. They can't be that far away from point.
And make it, again, a dangerous situation, but here comes the retake shortly, and out goes that Sia with some really good positioning there from Fate, so the team can use it to its best advantage, almost on the touch, and here comes a huge counter with damage was bang coming down from Naga to immediately shut down Vision.
I love fisting that fucking shark, bro. I love it. When he's trying to eat my team, I go up in the air and I fist the shit out of him.
The team walk thighs out, cries out from Trust Me. Down goes Cooper, Vest, and Spark Chief. And Navi will start walking off point one.
I hate that fucking shark, chat. I hate that shark.
Aggression, and it's all about that first Jeff. Well, first of all, if they can even get there, they did finally, but wow. Locked and ready, the comms on perfect there for Naga, just erasing the shark into Sushi quite quickly there now with Jerky and Raj, able to have things fueled up for their team as well. And continue.
Flark Jeff, bro. Flark Jeff.
Of momentum. Carry on what you had there from the first bit. Plenty of time to get it done. 427 is a lifetime in Rivals. Best trying to look to slow them down. He can start that by hitting the best special. That Meteor M. Let's see what he got.
Yeah, now Alt's going to be slightly in the advantage of FlyQuest in this fight as Fate goes down early there to Energy, who is going to be switching over. Also a very strong Bucky player. Vest now taking the space right back, ensuring this cart does not move any more forward. You want to try to force as many fights as possible. The cart is all that matters, folks. Take that into ladder. If your team goes down, make sure you're falling on that cart so that it can't get free space and just force you to have less fights on these various phases. This one being the streets phase. Team's going to drop back now as Vest is going to try to maintain position. He's still doing a good job, but in the back line, team is in danger. It's matched right back by the resurgence from Cooper with a good answer. Jerky going to cancel that and take the height.
Yeah, got what they wanted out of that either way. Remember, Jerky had the most eliminations in this tournament as his side lock.
Oh, the building blocked it.
Mark. It's going to land all blue here for FlyQuest, able to get it done, and this is exact. They had to have the win here. They had the commit, and they also had the pressure with 3 minutes and counting down here now as Zelos gets the first pick on Naga. 4 reset going to happen here. They have Fate to go with the aggression, and Energy's just trying to find a little bit, maybe opposing his fear to the other team. Right now, man, keep this aggression up if you're Navi, though. I'd go in there with Fate heavy.
Yeah, I like that initial take there, using it to take the height and just get a little more damage out. Built that ult already at 30%, so big play there by Energy, which again, just those small little things are huge at this level of play. Jerky gonna find Spark Chief now, keep the space forward, Invisible Boundary matched right back, and they are holding, but again, down a number now, and Zelos commits that ult. Vision gonna be looking for something as down under with Jeff, gets a huge eat. Would that be able to get off map? Is gonna get walked down, the damage was on Rocket, just juking for days. Vision is gonna hit those bubbles, who try to set that up prior, but he's gonna fall. And that was some really good work there by Fate.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually surprised he tried to go through that pillar, because that is kind of something you learn pretty early as a Jeff. It looks like the space is there and you can't go through. Vision as just a veteran Jeff player thought that we would not see that, but instead gonna try to take that angle. Rough look.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Looks to bounce back. That's a brutal one to make up. Spark Chief 2 needs him. We need
hey, listen, any nerf to Jeff though, on even if it's the map, I like it.
Here as Nagas be close to that Kraken impact.
One thing that I really like there,
I know he's pissed off though. I know he's pissed off.
Preset those bubbles to be able to get more speed boost towards off map, and that's something you should take into ladder, folks. That was big bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Pillar being the only stopping force as now Spark Chief looking again, can't even find any room to breathe now. Gonna quickly go up to 800. Good use there of the strategist and eyes on the prize. This Naga pick would be massive then. Oh my goodness, that's the one you need as Energy finds the best from it. Again, he yells. It's the trademark, if you will, of Energy. The punch, the move, the stagger Energy. This is the FlyQuest special. He lands it from the full court.
From downtown, Vest weaves it over the shield, and still they're going to find another on a Jerky. And that is another big retake there from FlyQuest. Jerky has ultimate available, Naga as well. The answer again from Cooper, whose job at this current moment is to counter every single one of those dances. The dance of the Cutterfly consistently going to be countered right back. Again, these teams just so much good back and forth play. A great first take there from the side of Navi, who are now being held up on the streets phase. 1:12 on here. Pulled right through. Trust me, you're gonna have to use Diamond. Almost has that
nice.
silent seduction here from Fajaro with this Meteor Ram, which bang does land, but just clicks the edge of the wall there. Does not do enough damage to anyone, and Vision gonna take the height. Is gonna find Jerky, and that's great.
Oh, he won. Oh, I hate Jeff. I hate Jeff. I hate people named Jeff. If your name is Jeff in my chat, I just don't like you.
Type just born forward. He's evolving in front of our eyes, y'all. Just a Blastoise in the making. I mean, listen, right now.
Bro, I hate Jeff, chat.
I mean, they took 4 minutes down to 30 seconds just like that. That momentum's so important to carry through. Na'Vi, they've got the Qs ready, though, right? You get Jerky to go in and try to bait out Zelos and then try to roll from there. You gotta hope Vision doesn't land, though, this much.
My name is Jeff.
Man, he's starving. He just had the old one not land the connect, so we'll see if we get it again. Energy, though, right there with that impact, Mr. Ship.
Yeah, that Super Soaker has some serious PSI from downtown here. Just dealing a ton of damage and able to find 2 in that fight without using an ultimate. That was wild to see. Jerky, though, is going to find Cooper with that damage boost, and that is some really good commitment. And I believe it is going to get them enough value to walk forward a little bit here. Out goes some counter ultimates right back. The team trying to maintain presence on the point as FlyQuest is going to use that. It's Jeff. Vest still holding onto that Meteor M, and that's going to counteract Naga likely. Yes, it is. Up in the sky. A need here from Vision is going to find Trust Me. Try to deal enough damage or at least displace for long enough. Good movement there.
Nice.
With the bubble
Nice
Vest.
survivability.
Naga still gets a pick there.
But I still hate Jeff,
Jerky.
but nice
He's gonna find that.
survivability.
Trust Me, though, even being eaten by Jeff and on that off map is going to come through with full HP and still get a pick. Hand delivering them to the back line once more. And now they are pushing through, and it's going to have to be a forced touch here from FlyQuest with no ultimates, as Trust Me does have that Psionic Seduction.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're really close to everything. I mean, Jerky, we'll see who gets there quicker. It's going to be Cooper or him, and I think it's going to be on the side of Jerky as everyone's kneeling in front of Mother herself, finding good mag bubble to keep Spark Chief in this.
Everyone is kneeling in front of Mother herself.
Pay the ultimate price here early, or energy for that matter now, as we look forward to more. It's going to be the slice the dice. Jerky finds it again, but the undefeatable coming at the same mark. Here comes the up, the down, the slam, the connection. No hit there, as now we find ourselves meters away. The amplifier on. Volume turned all the way up here for Na'Vi as they're just vibing out.
Wow, they capped. Good shit.
And
Good shit.
Na'Vi walks through point 2 there. That looked very smooth and very coordinated, making sure
I don't know if
was
that looked very
utilized before they
smooth,
committed
but
the nether, ensuring they
kept it
didn't
in
have to
OT.
overcommit if not needed. Again,
Yeah,
Na'Vi
Jerky's insane.
Really
he's hit rank 1 multiple times and everything, and
awesome,
we played against him as well. He just fucking he's insane.
Of Na'Vi, they just keep pulling through in these streets phases.
Yeah, we're seeing Jerky come online here too, you know, getting a little bit more sharp with the Psylocke lethal that we continue to see now as Cooper is going to go ahead and try to get this team the edge needed. Again, lethal here, the duelist in the strategist position, if you will. Now good rotation once again. Kraken Impact coming online for energy. Gonna try to find more, try to get the look over here as Vision does his part as well. Now I'll go with the legendary, again, Galactic Legend up and in that, the invisible boundary. Vest gonna go ahead and counter that as well with the Meteor M. So a double defensive effort here. Gotta make the most of that. If you're Vest with no connection to it, that's one they might want back ship, as they're using a lot to try to keep themselves alive. And you belong to me, shouted from the echoes, is Trust Me pushing in. This is the aggression that they continue to have and what makes this team great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great retake there. Level 1 Krug gonna find Spark Chief now with a nice early pick on a Vanguard in the front line. Out goes that dance, so the Cutterfly does not seem to find anyone. Frozen right after landing with a Kraken Impact is a huge freeze, and notice how none of the team is gonna wake that freeze up. A huge eat here from Vision, who might be able to escape. No, not for long.
Damn,
as there is no follow-up. Rasharo with a 2-piece
Vision.
now, and Fate gonna find Vest, and Na'Vi are gonna keep this momentum in OT, heading towards point 3.
Yeah, they fully committed there. I almost wanted them to reset and then kind of take this last bit in the final hole, but they went all in. Vision unable to find success there, and the clock stoppers on energy right before he hits the ground. My gosh, now time is ticking. Overtime on the meters as well. Rajuro trying to land one that hits, does not connect this time, but the spin to win. Oh, the quick hit from Naga going down. Ship, this is the final moments.
Oh, wow.
This would be a massive hold and a massive victory for Na'Vi. Trust me, finds more. Crook, Jerky getting it done for them.
Oh,
yeah, and everybody's trading, but this time
bro,
more the favor of Na'Vi as
I don't know if the
finds
Jeff was
Vest.
working
Goes
this
Cooper,
time around,
and
chat.
they are falling quickly like dominoes, and that should be 3 points.
That is
Fuck.
an absolute
Envy took the first
win
map.
for Na'Vi.
Hey,
Yeah, 20
good
seconds
shit,
at the front
good
of the
shit.
line
Listen,
there.
all they had to
If
do
you-
was, like, you know,
Honestly, a bit of a falling of the
just...
tower there if you are
Oh
flying
my
west
God.
with some of those ults just not finding success there. Again, wish maybe would have held on to those towards that back end. You never know if you're going to get enough time, so you do have to try to set up with what you have. But with the early pick, again, that clock stopper moment, that Crook hit on energy was insane. The man was literally
Is Cal at least doing well?
Yeah.
I know you guys are saying that he's starting and whatnot. Is he doing well, though?
But taking a look, you know, at least you got the time all the way down. FlyQuest just has a match.
Yeah, I mean, that timing of that freeze has to be perfect with that CC immunity. Like, this is just such high level of play. You see this team back against the wall. Na'Vi is just so good. Being able to do that in OT on point 3, which is a very defensible position, your spawn incredibly close to where the point ends, usually lends itself to, you know, very difficult to push through. But even in OT, halfway through that point, they just stay consistent. They find picks, they get one, and the team rushes forward. As you see Jerky there with 11 finals, 7 on the side of Trust Me, who really seems to value that Emma at this moment. Rajaro, 18 and 3. The entirety of this team looking so strong. A ton of damage out there across the board, and we will have to see.
Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing again?
To overtime.
Yeah, honestly,
he's starting, but he's finishing.
Just
what?
The best of the best get highlighted. I mean, Crook in the strategist position is just so.
Yeah.
Is he doing? Chat, is Cal doing well?
Raj was not connecting so much on those meteor imps. If he lands those, this team's gonna get the easy dub here because he's continued to play that real well as well. But again, it's gonna be Vess and Spark Chief on the Vanguard side of the flag quest. Spark Chief gonna open up the portal. They know exactly where to expect it. Get on that health pack early. Spark Chief now going over to the Venom, I'm sure, to go ahead and catch up with the team as they all.
Yeah, he's bossing it. Good shit. That's probably. Hey, hopefully, if he does well, they don't put him on the bench again.
The communication from the front line saying, hey, nobody has pushed up, they're portaling. The team elected to drop back together, so nobody was there upon that portal spawning through. So
19 and 3 with top damage as Star-Lord.
To ensure no one gets picked in these early fights and not give up this point too quickly. Try to burn some time here. So they rotate spawn now, very similar to what we saw prior, but the only difference from the strategy from Na'Vi on that high side right.
If Envy makes it to the tournament, that's going to be fucking crazy. I'll also enjoy that. Enjoy.
Out right now in this fight. Best in a dangerous spot, going to force out some cooldowns as they walk forward. Angela there from Spark Chief. Going to put some pressure on the height as Naga is on energy, and the trade is 1-1 here as Rajaro's down in energy. Zelos now falls from Naga in the height, and Spark Chief at 18 HP does go down with a chase there from Jerky.
I was going to say, Raj going down was probably bigger for FlyQuest there, losing out the Vanguard and able to push into the defensive wall, but no, unable to connect, and the finish in the flush from Na'Vi. Like we highlighted, in other game modes, you start to see the whole picture come together, what Na'Vi does so well as Cooper. Oh, the stagger is going to be brutal here. Cooper, get back.
Hey, what's up, Chrissy?
You can find the forced way, if you will. But yeah, good job here as now set up for success, have the amplifier. Jerky can try to get something out if he wants to. Cooper's still a little bit away.
Yeah, it's going to switch to that Luna, and one thing I wanted to call out as we're looking at stats, level 1 Crook on this Luna with very, only falling a few times. Luna,
enjoy lunch,
very
Dad.
diveable, though still has that defensive cooldown, is kind of in a dangerous spot right now with how strong dive is in this meta, so being able to only fall a few times like that just goes to show how strong level 1 Crook is, who's, again, that MVP at midseason Worlds as they took home the cup there. Vision now going to be engaging here on that Phoenix, a comp we don't see as traditionally. Rajaro finds one. Energy now onto Naga with the reset, trying to find more.
I know this is going to be very disrespectful, chat, but is it crazy that I want FlyQuest to win 2-0 so we can go watch the next the next match of the NB?
And FlyQuest is crumbling at this moment into Na'Vi, who are looking so strong.
It doesn't even look like NV's FlyQuest is going to win this though. It looks like Na'Vi's going to tie this up 1-1.
It's Jerky again, just really showing up here.
Bro, I want to watch all these games, but sadly they have 2 brackets going on, and I can't watch the games that I want to watch. You have to pick one or the other.
The house is betting, looking at it. Hey, we've seen this song and dance before. Zelos here gonna.
I hope MV does make it though. I hope MV does make it.
Get things rolling for them right away. Invisible barrier is gonna be the first thing that's up for them. They're going to try to use it aggressively, it looks like here, Shiv, as once again we do have the in-song as well, and it's going to go ahead and have the flash, the dash, and the finish.
Andy, for 58 months, absolutely insane. I appreciate it. God damn, Andy.
Is up, Butterfly 2 effect, can't use it. Aggressive now going on the defense.
Oh, good pullback in there with the force physics from Zelos.
Appreciate it.
Early on, and I'm telling you, that is a huge pick. As out goes the Galactic Legend, eaten by Vess, who tried to land it out of the sky.
Vess. Vess was trying to become Steph Curry out there, bro.
Now by Cooper walking forward here with the fate of both worlds, and now is Rajaro's chance at it, playing by that shield, but it does land.
Nice dodge by Energy. Nice dodge.
Good work on the movement there. These teams movement, the movement is crazy, keeping the pressure on.
That would have been the best POV of all time for that hit the Star-Lord in the end. Here, you saw the purple there at the end, but Energy able to dodge yet again from Rajaro. But you are going to have the res back. Trust me, getting that res is a big one at that. The Vanguard going right back to full.
Oh, wow, that got burnt real fucking quick.
From Vision, trying to get this team a little bit of life and finding the white room once again. Vision, though, does find Jerky. That's a big one at that. Spark Chief pushes in. It's Energy. Spark Chief giving this team more life. They could not find on point 1.
Wow. That was insane damage on the back line there. Beautiful work by level 1 Crook to find that pick and turn the momentum heavily backwards on Energy, who tried to make that play. Who's going to force the portal now through. No ults available here for FlyQuest. No ults available for Na'Vi just yet, but Spark Chief going to find one on the level 1
yes,
and that's
Daniel,
a huge
yes,
pick,
much better.
as that puts them up heavily in terms of strategists or just raw healing numbers. Naga on this height is very close to this ult and looking for it quickly. Playing around that, good ult on the counter, but it is matched right back.
If Naga gets his ult, come on, Naga.
This pick onto Trust Me, and they do.
Yeah, they see that now at least you can go damage mode, right? So you have one for the sustain, DPS for the rest. They do end up finding success here. Good for them.
I don't think Naga's
going to
ult. Nope, they're all dead.
To get things rolling for the team. Only 2.5 minutes compared to the nearly 5 that Na'Vi had to work with. But and I got to say, someone get this guy a skill cape. Level 1 quick needs to be level 99. He's absolutely cooking.
Yeah,
someone get this guy a skill cape. He should be, instead of level 1, level 99. Damn, clever.
Next few fights difficult as they are going to be low. Zelos
bringing in a little bit of old school RuneScape up in here.
Fate with some really good timing. I want to highlight using that seed.
I'm trying to get 99 fishing right now.
Right after Vision
I'm almost 91, chat. Almost 91.
Deleted there by the Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the Fear going up to go ahead and stop what is the legendary, but 1-2, make it 3, Shib. Absolute pure domination there, even with the best Meteor Im for the defensive play. It's all the offense on Naga, looking all the more confident here on that early trade and battle. FlyQuest committing a lot as well.
Not only with a 3-piece, but 2 ultimates pulled that got no value. You can't get more value than that, folks. That is a huge ultimate there by Naga, who has been really loving Peter Quill. And here comes the engagement now from FlyQuest. Energy with that Kraken impact, seen some success in the past. Sparksheet does have the chance here to keep the team healthy in the back line, to hold on until Cooper can get that ult back. Same with Zelos, who's at 90%. As we begin now, here comes that dance of the butterfly from Jerky out of the back line. Good focus, and they do find 3 through it as the whole team is going to pressure in.
I only have
1
cooking
minute
right
on. Sparksheet likely going to reset or drop out, and yes, Rajaro going to find Vess. FlyQuest with even ults across the board in terms of against Na'Vi, and Rajaro going to try to take this space to try to get an off map here with the right click.
Yeah, masterclass in ult tracking, right? They knew exactly to go ahead and pull the trigger on the Dance of the Butterflies because there's going to be nothing to stop it. A little bit of diamond kicks in there too, and it's all but over. Trust Me does have the seduction as well to try to keep energy at bay if they go in that way now. Cooper's Zealous, they got to lock in. They cannot double ult at the same time. We've seen that a couple times now. A little bit off of what FlyQuest usually does. Raj has that Meteor Im once again. Will this one connect? Doesn't matter how many you get if the one that matters the most hits. Now as we see the seduction coming out from Trust Me, trying to land this thing, Chib, and it's going to be the full commit from Na'Vi for another 3rd defensive effort.
Yeah, and there was a couple ults there committed, but the side of FlyQuest dropped back. But this could be huge here from Rajaro, looking at Energy, who does get bubbled up. Really well done in patience again by Vess, but Rajaro still going to find Cooper, which is a huge pick here on their side as Na'Vi's keeping this pressure forward. 8 seconds on, having to commit that ult. Naga very slowed in that boundary, still able to escape.
Naga's going to have a big ult here.
And here comes Naga heavy onto the front line now. A ton of damage out. Trust Me, going to find Vess. There's a second pick onto Energy. That is 2. Make it 3 here shortly as they are dropping away. Will the portal come through to touch? It will
we're
not
going
at the
to a
moment,
1-1
and
chat.
that is going to be a W
did you see
here
that Marvel Rivals will do
Na'Vi.
more PvE stuff? Really?
Wow. Na'Vi picked the map
tweet
and they
that?
said, yeah, call my name. Let's set those expectations early.
And also, we're tied 1-1.
Give them the advantage into what was the different of the strat bands.
We're tied 1-1 right now, chat. Okay, this is nice and all. We are still watching this game, but let's go see what's going on over here.
Speedery, the lover of flyers, going over to that storm to break the chokehold that we're seeing Chopper Mag start off on the defense. We did see, of course, the symbiotic shenanigans skate by, but yeah, it looks like Window going, and Cal, yeah.
They read the Ultron. They put him onto Hela for the hip scan.
Really good adaptation already off the gates, too. I like that quick swap up in their scene. Chopper Mag actually, we're giving them some space by this choke, too. Look how back Chopper Mag's actually holding, while you currently see Skittles, once again, trying to play around by that side spawn gate before drifting back. But they have to be careful. You think you're safe up on the high ground. You think you're safe on this bridge, even though you got the Ultron right alongside you. The same thing with the rocket. Be careful with a damage-boosted Cal.
Not just that, but you can't really rush on top of the Hela, because Window's onto the thing. So if Chopper Mag try and commit deep onto the backline, they're just going to be struck by the Yancey Street Charge.
Damn, Cal's aim is actually fucking insane right now. He's not missing. Holy shit.
Much anti-aerial priorities coming on through from the side of Envy. The ultimate from the rest of the team might be slow, but Hurricane is still going to be able to blow.
Oh, I don't know if that was a good ult, though. That's a question mark play. That's a question mark play.
to just dash so fast right around inside that Omega Hurricane. The invisible boundary. Zenz, he couldn't do anything. He literally got pushed in by the Invisiwoman month. Also, going to be able to hang out by the back end because Skittles up on the high ground. He tries to get it. He gets him at the very end, but the safety.
Ooh, Cal saving his teammate.
To protect his fellow duelist as Cal does not stop.
Oh my goodness, Winter uses the jump up tech against the Flyers to try and knock the Ultron down. And Chopperback, no, okay, this is up. The strategy is done. You can't run Flyers into the composition that Envy has adapted, and that is the danger of running a defensive composition into an offensive composition because the
okay, sorry, that is our main game that we're watching, chat. So
that's why the draft system is so important. Perfect is hanging around on the wall. Now he's on the floor, on the objective, stalling it out for the rest of his team.
The new skin token is going to have more free choices, by the way. Yeah, that's crazy that Marvel Rivals is doing a really good job at, like, you know, giving free skins to people and, you know, having good game modes. And Marvel Rivals is doing good shit, chat.
Clip the one last wing that the Angela had left going for her here as the Omega Hurricane following up to get Bobo. It is Envy clearing Chopper Mag as they desperately try to put in the portal to recontest. Well, guess what? Nothing that comes from
yeah, hashtag ad, chat. Hashtag ad, yeah. Keep buying skins, chat. Keep buying skins. And make sure you sub to Jay3.
Here comes Perfect, though, going over to the Daredevil, looking for the dive opportunities alongside Bobo on the solo.
Okay, they're gone for 2 minutes. Okay, we can watch this.
They don't have a
I didn't know they were gone for 2 minutes.
And if they stack, it might not be enough to prevent all of the follow-up damage, especially if Fidel contributes that Cosmic Gun Amplifier. But for Chopper Mag, they need to win that fight, and Winter might just take it first. Clobbering Time's going to be able to connect onto everybody.
Look where Pethic's positioning is while Cal gets Skittles, because being on that Daredevil, he can see where Speedery is and Month, but you don't really have to call out where Speedery is if he's going to harass her. It's clobbering time.
Cho is letting the devil out.
Lingers back. Have to see
Yo, Gen X Dad Gamer. Appreciate the massive 8 months. How you doing, my friend?
Cal, though, Cal has not been stopped once. This is the brutal retaliation of the damage output from a damage-boosted Hela.
Oh my goodness, Soul Drainer into Sedation follow-up from Nero to be able to find the damage onto Zensari before the Venom can make it out. And Chopper Mag, Zensari, the Venom is one of the heroes that you're relying on.
Marvel Rivals community is a little tough, a little rough though. I mean, is there going to be some bad apples? I think so, yes, but I think overall the community is not that bad. You know what's a really... No, I'm not going to rage bait people.
Cal is going to be playing a little bit above the sky, which means he's at least outside of Skittles' ultimate.
Yeah, y'all didn't see that, but unfortunately, they kind of pay for it here, too, because he can't clear out that space with the damage output that could come from the risk of being in the line of sight of that Goddess of Death.
This should be the swap. There should be a swap over to something like the Bucky I would expect to see coming up for her from Cal, but no, he's actually going to commit to this. I mean, this angle here for the Hela is actually really, really strong, and because they know he's still on the Hela, they can't actually commit in until Envy round the corner, which means that Window gets to clear the Daredevil first.
He was trying to be sneaky, too, by the wall, and he said no. And then he gets brought right back by the BRB. Nero keeps him alive. The anti-heal coming out from the Feast of the Abyss from Zensari, but unfortunately no follow-up from Chopper Mag. Pethic let the devil out. Everybody within the domain as Zenz gets the tether, finds a double strategist, and Envy are dropping like flies, while Chopper Mag, they take control of another team fight.
There's the Winter Soldier. Winter is
okay, they haven't started yet, but yo, Envy. Time's running out, Envy. Time's running out. Y'all gotta. Oh, Cal's on the Bucky now. Ooh, that's a good choice though against two yeah.
The vulnerability applied to these dive components.
I think that's good.
From Chopper Max and making it a little bit harder for Zensari and Duep to hold their positions and on these vanguards and set up the spaces for both the Solok and the Daredevil to commit. There's Zensari with the commitment into the Yancy suit charge, into the vulnerability, but Chopper Mag, it was a bait. They made it look like the Venom was vulnerable and it was Envy that turned on instead. The butterfly sounds off and Envy find themselves rubbing the sleep out of their eyes and waking up in respawn.
Maybe get some coffee real quick. Maybe this is the wake-up call they needed. Moxie Duep with that freedom charge to be the MVP to help out Zens in the process. While Bobo, he had his way with the backline of Envy and the rest of this team. Now, as back to the drawing board, you're reaching nearly 80% on that Winter Soldier possible reset here. While he dives in, the Captain America from Duep wants to waste more time away from Envy with less than 20 seconds on the clock.
Great hook coming on through from Cal, but he's just too squishy. Windows all the way in the backline, disrupting both of the strategies.
Okay, chat, the other game's about to start, but we can probably finish this round.
As Window is going to be able to put enough pressure to force the pure pivot coming on from Chopper Max team. However, without the Angela there to absorb all of that pressure, Chopper Max just go aggressively at the rest of the team, and that is an overtime push. Cal's got to use the Kraken impact, but even he knows he's not going to be able to hit the overtime in time.
Oh, I want to see the stats. Show me the stats. Show me the stats.
Considering that they try to make the swap over to the Doctor Strange a little too late, couldn't even portal into recontest. And as you mentioned, Window going pretty far. We all see the vision, right? You want to harass and split up the
Show me the stats.
From the rocket play. Oh, you right?
Show me the stats.
You go for the strategist, you go for the backline, you burn the rocket.
They're not showing the stats, chat. They're not showing the chats. Okay, well, we gotta go. We gotta move on, man. Thanks. Someone keep me updated on that game. But hey, this is the main one that we're watching. We're on our. This is map 3 of FlyQuest and Na'Vi.
For those who don't know, maybe haven't been here much in the past, Trust Me does a great job leading the bans here for his team. There is communication across the board, but typically leads comms and bans with some help of teammates. But very much valuing that Emma, who has been locked a ton in this tournament, a very strong Vanguard that bullies frontline. And if you're going to be running triple, having a Vanguard that can bully the frontline is a huge win. Again, even more value here in locking out and making sure they remove Loki, which in this more dive-focused meta has been taking a huge bump in terms of where he's located in the meta.
Absolutely. I mean, they're sticking with what has worked there, and no damage boost for FlyQuest and those lanterns that cover the entire map. I swear, Shiv, you look at Captain America being banned again. Trust me, not going to get that hometown favorite. As we just pointed out, the Atom as well in return. This is a team that plays
a view botter.
So they continue to just go with what the game plan
you jazzed that.
FlyQuest, you should expect
that's what it is.
Though, and adjust here on the back end, the save going to what I would expect to be potential. You know, they could go a couple ways. The Hella is what I was hoping, though.
Yeah, they're going to lock out.
And
they got to get rid of Namor again.
Yeah.
See, that's the tricky thing, and that's, again, just smart play by Na'Vi. That's a comp that they run so successfully. Let's remove it right now. I have no doubt. Unless something, maybe they do a Vanguard, I guess, to help shut down the triple. But odds are it is going to be Namor here, and then back to maybe locking in a Vanguard for themselves. Yes, that is the case. So again, a smart play. This team's banning very, very well.
It is, and honestly, I think maybe you can still rotate and have Vision go over to the Jet. The Psylocke save, though, why not with Jerky? And what he was able to do, again, the new addition to this squad is really showing up for the part with the ban now. They're gonna have the team up with Emma. The Jeff is going to be banned. Cannot allow Fate to continue to end the fate of FlyQuest in the form of the baby shark. Jerky showing Iron Fist. Don't think we'll see it, but a little tip of the cap maybe to Mulan Ron. But we might, because it is the offense. A couple approaches, right? The Moon Knight. There's a few things you can roll out here.
Yeah, the blade's there. I'm not sure we'll see it, but, if you are going to combo with anything, it would be that Groot hug, you like to call it, right there with that strangling prison, because that that reduction in healing can be a huge detriment in helping.
Wait, we were just on this map.
Mantis Assault, because Mantis can still be CC'd in that ultimate, so you actually can be stuck there, and then when you have that reduction in healing, you are in trouble. But, I don't know if it'll happen, but it is something to call out.
Absolutely. Chat, viewers, you're watching it right now. Drop it in. What one seed is going to win? We've got FlyQuest versus Na'Vi here.
You know what? I'm putting all my money. Let's see. Oh, the submission is closed. Wait.
This one is electric.
Wait, how do I see details? Voting started 7 minutes ago, waiting for result. Wait. Ah, shit! I fucking missed the prediction. Damn it!
Star-Lord play here is so good, right? And maybe, just maybe, they had the Hella save just to force the Namor, and then they continue on that Star-Lord, instead.
Exactly, and that's another smart play by Fly. I think that was exactly what they were looking to do there. There's no other option but to get rid of Namor, so allowing them to play something they want to consistently play here as we start once more. Change up right off that blade quickly. Well, the Squirrel Girl here from Naga, which does a good job shutting down triple, but in this moment, there is no triple. It's more traditional, actually, with this 3 triple strategist as we see a switch in comp.
I was going to say first in the tournament there. I was like, okay, we got the SQ coming out. Naga doesn't know what he wants to play right now, buddy.
Another swap there to the Bucky, who is just
I
so
think
strong
Vision is going to need to fucking strap it in, strap it on, and lock in, chat, because his Jeff last game, I'm sorry to say, he's a good guy. He's a great player, but it wasn't looking good last game.
A lot of the time using that spin to win over the back line. Sparcheek falls though from Jerky, and you gotta say, this Psylocke has looked so good, it may have been worth removing.
Yeah, Jerky there with the quick finish. If you're Sparcheek, you got to identify that they have everything to stop you in your tracks there, and you can't get that early pick. Now that forces FlyQuest to completely rotate back and give so much space to Na'Vi on a point, that they both have Strange, they have access to the portal. Jerky finding himself at 1 HP twice. Wow, lives through it. Absolutely insanity. And able to get the 1-2 quick
I need one win to hit Celestial 3, but I'm scared to press game. Fucking send it, bro. If you're scared, and you'll always be scared, you're never going to fucking rank up. Send it.
Gonna find another on a vest now, and it's matched right back by Cooper on the back line. Not sure how I feel. I guess they are just going to try to fall on point here to bide more time.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Was sitting in the dentist chair watching this while I waited for an old filling to be repaired. Hey, tell the dentist
both these teams punch their ticket through, but it's all about
to come to twitch.tv/J3 and sub.
Pretty confidently. They're going to be able to push, though, and at least sustain this thing forward, Vision. Best Energy and Zelos locked and loaded here, but plenty of response there from Trust Me, who's going to go ahead and use this. Oh, defensively doesn't even want to use the Meteor Imp. Trust the full rotation and the respect there from his team. Lockstep and communication. Energy just trying to find something from it. Wow, what patience from the team.
Yeah, I mean, really good.
You jazz
Trust me,
gonna
find
well
Cooper
with the massive
gift
tier 1 sub. Appreciate.
And that meteor lands from Vess onto Jerkies, and you're not the only one that can throw the rocks here, as Sparcheek going to engage here with the Feast of the Abyss very shortly. The combination, using those tentacles first to do even more damage, essentially count to 2 to land at the same time as Energy. Now
he still
Naga,
fucking died in the air.
That is another good trade for Fly, who are coming back with a vengeance. Level 1 Crook in a dangerous spot. Out goes that Crystal, burning 25% of the HP of the max HP of anyone you do pull that from, for those who maybe didn't know that. And again, good retake by Fly.
Yeah, we had
I need to play that RV game again.
Being on Jerky there, he had the ult update ready, so it was a good job to get him out of that fight. Was about to go into the backline too, so he's able to clean that out just in time. So that was a huge one from Vest, but I love Trust Me's patience, able to at least punish a little bit after that ult, but now it's going to be a good retake. I mean, this was bigger than it looks. Minute 19 seconds left, man, and they had the whole recharge on the ult. Looking at it, Vision going to go ahead and just try to separate the team here as he finds himself a huge lunch. They're going to have to stack up, nothing to respond to it.
Oh, there you go, Vision.
Who's got himself the ult, and he's going to take them all the way away.
There we go, Vision.
Trying to find a nice little hotel suite for them.
Yeah, and this is a 4 stagger. This is a really good plays. The neutral pick from both.
There
again,
we go.
We saw that early pick there from Vest. It was matched right back. A huge jet ball coming in. FlyQuest still holding on to 2 ultimates. Even through that, again, Na'Vi maybe playing a little bit right now, nervous at the moment. Looked so good off the start, but FlyQuest came back with a vengeance, taking that point and really making some big plays. Energy holding on here with the Galactic Legend. Cooper does have an answer, and Vest as well to try to counter potentially Naga or make a big play on a Jerky if available once more.
There's Energy throwing what he does best. The Galactic Legend is going against the show of Crook, keeping them up alive. Cooper also going to undefeated pull the entire Soul Resurgence of this team and giving them a surge towards victory now as the sword is out and Jerky's looking for what they've done so good now. Trust me, trying to follow up as well. We have no connections. Ults are flying, Qs are pressed, but no limbs in the grave so far now as Vest pushes forward, has that Meteor Imp as well. Disappear up. This is going to be that moment. Fate. Oh,
that was a huge feast right there on a level 1 Crook in the back line who was trying to stay healthy, but the dive is just too much. Vest lands, but it does not find enough value. Yes, it does, as Energy cleans up Naga there, and everyone is falling now as OT ticks down. That's another pick here for Vest, looking towards the back line. Trust me, in a dangerous spot as Sparcheek cleans it up. Cooper on the bait,
what a fucking
and the OT is ticking down. This could be it here for Na'Vi on this push, and it is.
FlyQuest with a fucking insane hold.
What a way to just stop the absolute threat that is Na'Vi for a team.
What a fucking crazy hold. Okay, chat, I just want to see what the update is with this game.
From Jeff, Skittles carries them out of their spawn and off of the back of that. No one
this is going to a match 3 too.
Take Midtown and we go to a third.
Okay, this is really good. This is going to a match 3, but let's finish this match first. They full held, so hopefully by the time this game finishes, we can watch the last match of the next one.
Na'Vi, a team that is incredibly smart. Can they do this right back at them, but hold them a little bit tighter? Again, this is a map that is known for spawn holding, or not necessarily spawn holding, but point 1 holding, and they did push this point very far, so it does enable a few fights guaranteed for them. It's just a matter of can Fly clutch up, but they have been known for doing that.
Absolutely. Here is just pure. I wish you guys.
Do you think Navi? You think Navi's gonna reverse full hold?
Shortly. Again, this is one stream we have going on over here. It's a 1-1 FlyQuest Navi. The other side, y'all, is Envy versus Chopper Mag. Winner gonna be going on most likely from that. I think now Envy has.
Toxic. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend.
What they have going over there. Both streams just pure entertainment. But right now, it's the final fight. It's Navi ready to go on the defensive front. And hey, you know, Vision gonna flex the scroll for 5 seconds as well, and maybe they roll it out. Energy's been deadly on this Conchu.
Oh yeah, no, this is a really good choice for Energy against these compositions. We've seen it a lot in the past, but looking like not going to actually run at the moment. But you know, definitely an option. They definitely discussed it likely as they do start up here now once more with the exact same comp.
Lefty, appreciate the massive gift, my friend.
Come on, is going to be now back on that Warlock, which they have.
I don't know who to cheer for, chat,
no
but
copy for the double res. Instead, Fate.
This is going to be a good game. Can FlyQuest cap,
really,
or can Navi reverse full hold? Who knows?
Some teams like to be on offense first, others defense. We saw that
it's exclamation mark tournament, not exclamation mark bracket.
When you know where you have to go and it's only this far, you can play your ults differently, right, Ship?
Yeah.
As we take a look here, as Energy's climbing up and ready, Spark Chief at 50 as well. Jerky's gonna have to get a lot of free little hits there, but it's not gonna find success early, as now it's gonna be Vision getting the quick pick. Jerky could be having to swap over to the Doctor Strange. No, it's gonna be probably Trust Me in that role instead. Holy, Spark Chief finding the whole lunch.
Yeah, that was a huge play from Spark, heavily distracting the back line, looking for another. Vest gonna clean up Naga, another fall here from Fate, and this is a huge take here from FlyQuest and Momentum, trying to hold them at the door now. They may not be able to get the portal through. Yes, they are, as the portal is starting here from Rajaro, as it will fight right near exactly where they're looking for this ambulance. But again, that was a fast take, really well played by Sparchief onto the back line, coming in, finding two after that is a huge play, and here goes the next fight now. Sparchief available with the Feast of the Abyss goes down. Energy
oh god, why are they rotating the camera? Why are they rotating the camera? Why did it go inside the building?
Keep the team healthy for the moment, as Naga is building towards that ult, trying to res on top, but not enough percentage just yet, as Jeff is going to find that pick, and that could be huge back in here. The team just trying to focus up, ensure that it's not on the bond, and try to take that 1v1 as it matched again with the dance floor up in the sky. And here comes a huge throw, but it does not land this time, and once again another ult here from Trust Me, trying to make them walk and trance with the Psionic Seduction, kicked into a wall on the back line, matched right back once more by Jerky with the Galactic Legend, but everybody is just trading and positioning as Sparchief gets the first pick, make it now matched right back by Jerky onto Zelos, onto the strat line.
Yeah, now Naga's going to have potentially the chance to come back here. Great job from them being and having patience over and over in the sustainability, but time is ticking, folks. There's no meters to give, my friends, as Jerky now continuing to flip, dodge, and dip there. As Peter Quill now, the Augmotor opens up, lands down, Raj tries to find success.
Saved his teammate. Wow.
Success of Fly now trying to get and move on, but everyone's coming back into this fight. Minute and 40 Shib on the clock. The ults are
this might look like a GG's for Navi, though.
For this legendary, Fate's gonna have to match it, but no, my Sparchief.
Sparchief finds one there onto the back line, frozen immediately low. Down goes the E cooldown. Zelo's gonna find Trust Me. Vest now out of Rajaro, and that's gonna do it. FlyQuest take home the first seed out of this bracket.
They are flying high into the
FlyQuest
knockout stage.
Took out Navi.
The 1 seed. FlyQuest, Navi lived every bit up to it. If Wakanda was the hometown advantage for Navi, well, my friend, it's gonna be New York there for FlyQuest.
I think. Okay, I know 100 Thieves won NA, but I think FlyQuest might be like the best NA team. They are a little streaky though. When they fucking perform, they perform. But when they're not performing, they're like,
They're valuing Emma a ton on Navi, and it's been successful, especially on map 2 there. But wow.
Damn, 15-3, 23-1, 25-1. Jesus. Okay, let's go see this game, chat. Okay, the next game on this side is going to be Citadel against OUG. And what's the next? We should probably watch this game. This game is. Oh shit! It's gonna be back in 3 fucking minutes. God damn it, chat. Okay, listen. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give out the points to FlyQuest. FlyQuest won, right? Yeah, I'm gonna give out the points to FlyQuest, and I'm gonna start another prediction for you guys. You guys are gonna be able to guess who wins this. I'm gonna put Envy against Cho MG. You guys, it's only one game. It's tied 1-1. So this is one chance for you guys. It's based off one game. It's not a whole series like we normally do. I don't think Envy's out. I don't think Envy's out because if they win, they go 2-2. and if they win, this map score becomes 0. And then if Rejects loses the Dark 0, they go 2-3. But if Envy wins against Virtus Pro, they might, let's just say they go 3-2 and they get put up. But if Envy loses, they're done. They're out. Sayonara. Hey, I believe Envy can beat Virtus Pro. Anything can happen, chat. Oh, I like this song though. Wait, speaking about songs, I think I got copyright striked yesterday. Hold up, chat. Let me check real quick. Oh, wow, no. Wait, no, we're good, we're good. They didn't copyright strike us. Nice. Oh yeah, look at this song. If I'm not mistaken, FlyQuest lost the tournament for China because they had someone DC the entire team and they didn't pause for it. That's what I heard. Yeah, no, I remember watching it. Their group player kept DCing and whatnot, and it was, yeah, it was bad. Like they actually had their mid-season playoffs like stolen away from them. It was sad, but
we were at DreamHack Atlanta at the Marvel Rivals Global Finals.
What Chopper Mag?
你最好别输。
Is he wearing pajamas?
Welcome back, everyone. We are in a Game 3 situation in a crucial best of 3 between Envy versus Chopper Mag and Mox. We'll be going on to our final map, and I'll let you take it away here because it's going to be interesting to see how Chopper Mag has thought so far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a team and you lose domination in a best of 3 series, you have to treat it like you're going to win that second map. So when you want to play into third map, you've got to have a strategy up your sleeve. And oh boy, do we have a trump card coming on through from Chopper Mag. They knocked out Convoy. Whenever Envy lose a map, especially whenever they lose domination,
this is like a god duo cast right here.
Convoy Yggdrasil path, which means that Envy have no choice but to take us now to a convergence map. They don't get their comfort pick, they don't get their comfort map, and they don't get to utilize that free composition to hold the attacking teams at spawn and absolutely dismantle that over.
Has Virtus Pro been killing it or selling it lately? Oh, Virtus Pro is fucking doing amazing.
That first choke. Sure, you have to look at the high to low ground disposition.
Sorry, I want to bring this over here so I can see the. Virtus
Pro
is 4-0 right now. They won. They only dropped 2 maps. They're killing it right now.
Find that success here while we take a look at our final draft.
You have no idea who these two are. Whoa, you don't know who Vicky Kitty is? Vicky Kitty is like
looking at the Vanguard.
She's insane. She's done Smash. She's done Apex. She's done Overwatch. She's done Marvel Rivals. She's done Valorant. She's an insane caster. Not only that you have to cast these games, you have to know all of these fucking games' abilities. You know, like their skills, their ults, their fucking maps, all the teams, the players. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like my memory can't even remember what. I don't even know any fucking Marvel Rivals maps. I've been playing for a year. The metas, the history, yeah, it's just crazy. Also,
of power into what Jeff can do for them this team.
And this is also with the Emma save is forcing Envy. Do they decide
the other caster?
Do they want to ban a Jeff themselves? Do they want
Moxie, she came from Overwatch as well. I don't know. I know her from Overwatch, but it's really good that she got her opportunity here.
Because if M is in play, then Psylocke gets her double, which means that Dance of the Butterflies is going to be charging at
just say you have a crush on her? First of all, I only have a crush on Emily, and Noodle, and Boba, and Sushi. Second of all, it's okay to, you know, give credit to where it's due to a person who works their ass off, chat.
Now, do they go for
It's okay to compliment someone.
Again,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 'cause in that
That's what's
last
wrong
map,
with
they banned
society
the
nowadays.
Mantis,
You
they
can't
banned the
compliment
Groot again,
anyone.
They banned the Atom that time around, and then they banned the Emma, which this time around they can't do, obviously, because Chopper Mag ends up being able to save it with another Protect onto the Captain America, but Envy still stick to that ban on the Atom Warlock.
Speaking about Boba, where the hell is my cat?
Of course, that is not only their last ban, they would rather just not deal with it at all.
Something to note as well is that Envy don't have any more bans coming on through, so we do know that Perfect will be able to.
Also, I do have a crush on myself. Yeah, that's true. When I look in the mirror, I go, that fine piece of ass.
Records that we've seen coming on from all of our duelists on this part of the stage, as we're actually going to get to see a low-key ban come through late from the side of Chopper Mag as they see the Atom save, and they cannot afford to let Envy gain access to the stall cycle that is God of Mischief, Comic Revival, actual Comic
Damn, what if I had more hairs? Where's my mods? Can we get a ban?
You were mentioning about Chopper Mag, when you save that Emma Frost, you could try to get that team up, and guess what? That's something Envy cannot rely on, something that Kalush usually likes to use, and now forced to be on that Magneto as our final map within our series between Chopper Mag versus Envy is underway, everyone. Welcome to the Marvel Rivals Ignite 2025 Grand Finals. It is the last day for group stages here, and we will be saying goodbye to a total of 4 teams between Group A and Group B together, and Envy do not want to be one of the teams on the chopping block.
Envy do have the wombo combo though. Window gets the group for the
Okay, wait. I want to see what's looking up here. 66% on Envy, 34% on Cho. Ooh, let's see who wins, chat. Let's see who wins.
Chopper Mag, it looks like they're going to be going for a triple strategist defensive hold right now with no duelist, relying on just stabilizing and sustaining against all of the burst damage that Envy can bring to the table.
All right, what month is it here? Getting a little bit of deja vu as Chopper Mag, the good Zanslari's positioning on that Captain America up on the high ground before finding an opportunity to get the follow-up. And you mentioned about the team up together with the Emma Frost, where you get it with that Magneto too. That's why I highlighted that of Envy, that